favorite Swann. Welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. To my left, your right, whatever. I'm a little off after this past weekend because I was driving all over the place. Bill joining me, and we'll have more people in here sooner rather than later. What's up, brother?
Oh, not much, J-Bone. It was a big night, the fallout from Emergence. And we got a scumbag.
Yeah, I almost didn't make it like a kid chasing down the school bus, but here I am.
Well, it's glad you made it there, Kyle. We were worried about you.
Kyle, are you going back to school?
Scrubbing the toilets at schools. Thank you. Custodial artist, my friend.
Hey, cheers to you, brother. It's a thankless job, and I know you bust your ass for that dollar. So,
speaking of dollars, J-Bone, I think we got a chat here, super chat, before we even started.
We did.
Sometimes they
sneak in here. Thank you, Eric. Much love, brother. So, yes, as always, the super chats and the super stickers are always open if you're Team Twitch. The bits.
Yeah. Hey, the bits. Rayline, thank you.
Rayline with the bits, starting it off. Thank you, brother.
Oh, I almost forgot. We got to ring the bell.
Impact Wrestling! And that's our bell. We love Scott D'Amore here. Absolutely.
Coach.
And
Team Canada.
Team Canada, and as always, 20% off if you're gifting subs. Great time to do that, folks. If you see anyone in the chat without a sub, hit them up.
Yes.
So we have the fallout from Emergence tonight. We're gonna have George the Iceman from Impact Wrestling in here later. Maybe he'll give us a little hot news, and maybe not so hot. I don't know.
We'll see. There's referee Daniel Spencer in the chat.
Oh my goodness,
Iceman. Iceman is ice cold, but his news is always hot. Remember that?
That's right, Kyle. Well said.
Put on a t-shirt, Iceman. Put on a t-shirt.
Bound for Glory tickets are on sale tomorrow. Tonight was a bangorama of a show. A lot of controversy about the end of the show. We'll get to that later. The Impact fans seem to be split down the middle when it comes to who is now the number one contender, but we'll get to all that and more. First, we're going to have Iceman on.
Yes, can't wait for that. He's going to let us know when he's ready.
But we got another super sticker, Billy, there. I think I've been seeing him a lot on the Discord. Thank you for that super sticker. I think we got a coach.
Just bought me a Slurpee. Thank you.
Impact Wrestling! Daniel Spencer, I just want to thank you again personally for being a consummate professional and an amazing host for all you do this past weekend for Impact Wrestling. It was amazing seeing you. And just reading some comments here. So I tell you what, I want to hit some news, but I think I want to wait for when George is in here. So let's talk about some other stuff. What do you guys got for me?
You know, J-Bone, I'm a little disappointed. Now, it's Bound for Glory, so, of course, I'm going to make it. Bill and I were talking about this on the phone yesterday. Bill, you know where I'm going with this. I'm a little disappointed that Bound for Glory is on a Friday. I feel like the Friday pay-per-view, that's just not the night to do it. People got work on Friday. I feel like Friday nights don't work for a pay-per-view crowd. I mean, Emergence was a banger, but I'm selfish, and for me, living in New York, I don't know if I can make it to Bound for Glory. Now, I definitely can get to the Saturday taping, but Bound for Glory is throwing a bit of a fork in my road, considering people got to go to work on Friday. How am I supposed to go to work, make it 3 hours to Albany to Bound for Glory? I'm a little bothered. Bill, how do you feel about this?
Well, what you got to do, and then this is the thing, is depending on where you're coming from, you may have to take off. You may have to take a half day. Not the most convenient, but for Impact Wrestling, it's worth it, Kyle, obviously.
It's Bound
in a perfect
Glory,
world,
right?
would it be it's Bound for Glory. A perfect world, would it be a Saturday one-off taping everyone could get to? But then you got to look at it if you're going Saturday, Sunday. Yes, can you get people there? But then you have the same worry about going to an evening show and work on Monday the next day. So you got to pick Friday or Sunday. And I know Sunday, some markets better than others, more risk on a Sunday. Friday, not perfect by any means for that whole work situation. But I think overall still better than a Sunday. But when you do back to back, those are you got to go to pros and cons of them.
Yeah, if you want to make it, man, you just got to make it. Don't make excuses. Just do what you got to do. If you got to call in sick, call in sick.
Because I'm sick.
Do you think Impact Wrestling can? Good call, good bite. But do you think Impact Wrestling could give me some sort of sick note or something? So I don't got to touch my sacred paid time off. It's very sacred.
You'll have to ask the Iceman when he comes in. Maybe he can do it for you. You never know.
There you go.
Maybe Dr. Ross can write me a sick note.
Maybe Dr. Ross. I don't know if I trust his prescriptions.
But Ronin Blue.
Ooh.
$4.99. I agree, Kyle. He's also conflicted about the Friday pay-per-view. Ring the bell.
Impact Wrestling!
Thank you, Ronan.
There you go. Yes, many of us met Daniel Spencer this weekend. It was a blast. And if you missed it, we talked about that and so much more. Many of the stories, a little behind the scenes fun, little shenanigans. Catch that on the Emergence review. Guys, what are we drinking tonight? I have a Lagunitas IPNA. You guys make me want to drink, but I can't really drink. So, cheers.
Well, J-Bone, if you need another beer, Bell's Boy's got you covered. That's right. Bell's Boy with the $5 super chat. He says, I feel bad for J-Bone. He's tired. Be easy on him, guys. We weren't even beating on you yet. They didn't even start yet.
Impact Wrestling!
I think J-Bone drove 12 hours or something.
Hey,
yeah, well, it took me almost that long to get out of Chicago. It took me a while. Bill's got the iced tea. Nice. KL, what you got?
It's just a cup of water. Nothing exciting.
Cup of water?
It's alkaline.
You think we're supposed to you take me for a fool, Kyle? Like bastard kid, you take me for a fool. You think I'm gonna
don't act a fool, J-Bone.
I don't believe you for a minute.
I don't know.
Don't act like you're ordering Mexican food. Never do.
We heard about your Mexican restaurant shenanigans last week on the show. If you missed TNI on Monday, we did the Emergence review. Probably one of the craziest shows we ever did. The guys, they were at Emergence. We had a lot of stories, hotel room stories, restaurant stories, good stuff. A whole on-site experience. Listen to last week's show when you're done with this one, of course. Yeah,
definitely check it out because let's just say it gets a little crazy.
Here I am. Oh, after dark. Here I am complaining about driving 3 hours. Anna Reed in the chat writes she traveled 24 hours each way.
Yeah, I believe she went by train.
Train.
That's a hike. Yeah. That's not an easy way of traveling. It's time consuming.
Not the same kind of.
At least you're not behind like a wheel and you can do other things. Yeah.
It was great running into you, Anna. It was great connecting with you. Got my card here. Blessed to have.
And a shout out to the UK crew because I did see they went on yesterday. I made a brief appearance at the end, but Bison has landed. He's back in the UK, so he came out to Emergence as well. So definitely the TNI fam, well represented. Anna in the chat, Justin, whole gang. So great to see everybody once again, and hopefully can do it again very shortly. I know we were talking about, I was mentioning Will from the UK. I was talking to him earlier today, and he is ready to buy tickets. He's like front row. He's going for Bound for Glory. So looks like, like I said, I think there definitely are people that make their way out. I wouldn't be surprised if like Miguel comes out for Bound for Glory. I think you're going to see even more familiar faces returning to Impact Wrestling.
I think the TNI fam will be in the house.
I think Miguel just got married, so congrats to him.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Cheers, Miguel. Yeah, because normally he'd have been in the front row with us or somewhere, Yes,
Anna, thank you. I saw that Bison showed his card on the on the review on the TNI UK. I know J-Bone got a card. I also got a card, and I thank you very much, Anna. That was very kind of you. I'm not sure if I have it nearby. I'll show it to you.
Let me cut you off for a second here, Bill. You made an appearance on Bison's end of the TNI universe. You jumped in on TNI UK. You guys were reunited after hanging out at Emergence. Did Bison catch wind of the Emergence review, and does he know we did about 20 minutes on the air about his bowel movement in the hotel room?
I don't think he does. And I wasn't on with him. He was on the beginning of the podcast just because he had just gotten home, and he was on there for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. And I jumped on literally the last 3 minutes of the podcast because I was real busy at work. I did check in a little earlier in the chat, watch it for a few minutes, and then I was like, all right, if they're still on, I'll jump in real quick. And they were still on. So I think Joe and Steve were just signing off, and I'm like, hey.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Oh, that grin. That grin.
I'd say that shit-eating grin, but that's a shit-dropping grin. So in case you missed it, on the Monday review, we got a lot of hotel room stories from the boys, and, we couldn't help ourselves but beat on Bison a little because while J-Bone was sharing a hotel room with Bison, Bison pulled the ultimate party foul. The one thing you don't do in the hotel room, he totally blew out the bathroom, stunk the whole hotel room up. J-Bone couldn't sleep. J-Bone got queasy. Now, usually something like that, as friends, you don't bring it up on the podcast, but this is the TNI show. We just can't help ourselves.
Do not go in there. Woo!
You go back to Monday's review to hear that. We talked about penis size, all in the course while talking about Impact Wrestling. It was a wild podcast.
Kyle
it was wild, but this is the Thursday flagship show, Kyle. This is the most professional podcast that J-Bone would attest to in his professional podcasting opinion. And this is where we have the big interviews, the big ones, as they say. And there's really no bigger interview than the man with the intel. George the Iceman is here on TNI. J-Bone, bring him in.
Caught me off guard there. There he is.
Iceman, welcome back. Round of applause for the Iceman.
What an intro, Bill. What an intro. I mean, that's it. I blew you blew my load for me. I might as well go backstage. It's done. It's done. That's it. No more news. You did the news. I'll turn around and go backstage.
Well, there's always news from the Iceman. We get it every week on BTI before the Impact.
Yes.
And I know we're all big fans of Before the Impact. We've always promoted Before the Impact. Right now, obviously, you can watch it on all the socials, Facebook, YouTube. Now, one thing I will start out. It's a little bit because we bring it up, and we're not going to not say it here because obviously it used to be on Access TV, lead into the show. It's not anymore, but it's on the socials, and it's a lead in for pretty much the Ultimate Insider YouTube show. It starts at 7:30 Eastern, but it's a 40+ minute show usually because there's no commercials, which is great. If any way at some point that show instead of 7:30 could start at 7:15 maybe, because we miss it a lot because J-Bone, myself, sometimes will do a live reaction and we can't watch it in its entirety or we miss the TV broadcast. So if we can line that up at some point, it'd be great. Just a little thing. It'd be great to see at some point. Because normally they do a recap during the show. So at least we get that. But definitely to watch it too, because we want everybody to watch it. We don't want anyone to miss Before the Impact. But we know we got Josh Matthews, G on there, and obviously yourself. And I know Josh, I did watch it tonight, and I believe he was talking about Kevin on camera, which I believe is our good friend who's usually in the chat, Kevin Martin, I believe. So it seems like Kevin Martin's doing a lot of the BTI work, which is great to see. But I know tonight you were talking, the intel was about one Deonna Purrazzo, maybe bringing back the Champ. I don't know if that's something to stay tuned for, I'm thinking.
all I'm going to say is that my sources said that after she won the belts, they were backstage celebrating in the locker room, and she went off on a tangent. There was some champagne, and she goes, get ready. Possibly you're looking at the next champ once again. So my guy texted me right away. He goes, yo, homie, I got a scoop for you. Because I got people everywhere. You guys, like airports, hotels, restaurants. You never know. And sometimes, you got to be a little sneaky. You have to throw them a couple of bucks. Maybe some free tickets to an Impact show. Maybe if I'm in town, I take it for a couple of beers. I know you guys know I was in Nashville for the big show. And I met up with a couple of my sources. And next thing I know, I was styling and profiling with Ric Flair, Kid Rock, Jay Lethal. I mean, what a party, guys. It was crazy.
That's amazing. That's a hell of a party right there. Let me
tell you, in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd be hanging out with Kid Rock, Ric Flair, Jay Lethal, Santino Marella, a.k.a. Anthony Santino. I mean, the list was huge, but it was a great time, and it was awesome. And because of Impact and the wrestling world, I've been giving some great opportunities to kind of live my dream, right? So obviously, the Iceman wants to be involved more in the industry, but, it's small steps. There is a thing called seniority in the business. So there's those that have been around a lot longer than me, and I just have to wait my turn, right? To move up in the ranks. But I'll take what I could get. And, they give me an opportunity to do BTI. And I'm grateful for Scott D'Amore and everyone at Impact Wrestling. Listen, guys, you've heard it before. I'm not going to try and, hype it up. It is like a family in that place. If they have your back, they got your back. And everyone tries to back each other up. It's an amazing locker room. When I can, I get back there to hang out. Daniel Spencer, I see, is in there. Great dude. And a lot of good people who work their asses off. Stay away from Meltzer and Sean. Oh, that's crap. I mean, yes.
Yeah, they're the fake wrestling news. They're not Iceman. Iceman is the real deal.
Listen, those guys are. I'm going to give you the real deal, guys. But they're going to. I can't say anything. I'm going to shut up. Because
you have new. They have news. You have intel. That's the difference.
Yes, there's a big difference. Intel. They have news. I have intel. The truth is, a lot of the stuff that they talk about, I already get. I already know a lot of that stuff that's coming out, but I can't just go start my own thing and become some kind of critic. That's not my position in this business. I love working for Impact Wrestling. They were the first guys to give me an opportunity. So I'm going to stay loyal. There's a lot of good things happening. And I think I told you guys in the last one, we're working on some content, some online content coming soon. So we've been working on that, and we're excited about that. There's a lot going on with the company. The new deal that was just signed for distribution in India was just announced. That's big, big news. And I'm going to say, Keep your eyes out for, I'm so sorry. I always mess up his name sometimes. Bhupinder Gujjar. Yeah. Watch out for him. I've been watching him develop for a few years now, and incredible stuff. He is going to be 2023. It is going to be a big year for him. And I'm going to give you a little bit of some intel, and I might get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. Scott was going to call me. He's going to say, shut your mouth, but I'm going to say it.
You're the Iceman. It's okay.
Open for some possible new faces.
Ooh.
Faces. 23, a year of new faces.
I'm not saying that. I just said there's a possibility, just maybe. You
can't do that to us, Iceman. Give us a hint at least.
Some new faces. I'm just saying. Hey, anything could happen at Impact Wrestling. We've seen it before. And look what just happened just a couple of weeks ago. Armstrong shows up, signs up. Now a producer backstage. Now he's helping referee. This guy has a wealth of knowledge. Incredible. He's been in the business a very long time. Who knows who might show up? Who knows?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I was psyched to see Scott Armstrong in Chicago. That was, and that's a full circle. That's a guy working TNA way back.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Jimbo.
I gotta ask you something. I gotta ask you about the brother of Scott Armstrong.
Uh-huh.
We know he was helping this past weekend, Emergence weekend, set of tapings. Do you have any intel? Like, was he just there hanging out, or do you think he might be helping more in the future? Is there anything you can tell us on that? I just want to debunk some fake wrestling news out there because I'm guilty of it. I thought it was like a done deal.
Guys, I'll tell you the truth. Impact, upper brass, and talent have a lot of friends in the business. And I can tell you for one, and I'll never throw anyone under the bus. You just can't do that because you have to protect your fellow workers and friends. But let's say the last taping I was backstage and I saw some very important people from other organizations just hanging out. They're just hanging out to show love, show support for the product, and just be there to say hi to the crew. So sometimes people just show up to just show love and just show support for Impact Wrestling because in their gut, they want this thing to succeed and have another 25 years, but grow even bigger and larger. And it is. The social media is growing. The live audiences are growing. You know what I mean? Ratings got a little uplift. There's things going on, but it's not a sprint, right? It's not a sprint to get to where we got to get there. And new people are being put in positions. There were some new staff that were brought on board to help with the expansion. It's a lot of great stuff going on in Impact. And again, there's stuff I could say, stuff I can't say because I can't get in trouble. I don't know what they want me to say, but what I will say is there's a lot of good stuff happening. You can see that the show's traveling now on the road. There's more live shows, more than ever. Scott and the crew are trying to do much more with that. There's a lot of people backstage that are working their asses off to make this product expand and grow and do better. Ross, for instance, not only does he do with PR, but he deals with meet and greets and he deals with merchandise. Some of these people have a lot of jobs. To get with one, because again, this is not we're not making $5 billion here, so a lot of people have to balance and do a lot of things to make this thing special. And they work their asses off to bring you that product. Everybody does. Ross, the doctor, Dr. Ross. He's also a doctor, by the way. I'm just going to put that on.
and then Josh Matthews. I know he wears many hats.
Listen, Josh.
BTI.
I will say this, and not to put him over in some kind of quick video, but Josh works his ass off. People don't give him enough credit. He really does. He does a lot of jobs. A lot. People don't see that. I was there. I work with him sometimes. If we got whatever we have to do, back and forth on an email or whatever. He wears a lot of hats. He has a lot of responsibility, guys, a lot. And I don't know if I'm allowed to even say what he does, but he's up there, guys. He does a lot that people don't give him enough credit for. Josh Matthews is a big player in Impact Wrestling, has a lot of responsibility. He gets a lot done. And, maybe I'll let him break what he really does because I don't want to be that guy, but he does a lot of work for everybody that people don't know. They just see him, BTI, they just see him there. But
if you go to a live event, you'll get a pretty good idea that Josh is doing a lot because you'll see him before the show. He's all over the place, heavily involved in production. I know we joke at the Josh in the truck now that's one of the things, but he's obviously got a ton to do, and he's all over. He's involved with the socials. Just watch, and he has got a big thumbprint on the show, no doubt.
He's big. I know Mimi in the chat is saying they're not growing. They were. Look at Chicago. That was an incredible show. It was amazing. It was full. It looked great. Go back to where we were just a few months ago. Because you're competing in a marketplace which is different than other marketplaces. And on the days that we shoot, sometimes are at certain days, there's live concerts, there's events. They are doing what they can to expand that live audience and the growth on social media. Social media is growing huge. So it's a lot of work, and it's not going to happen in an hour.
Yeah, I remember Johnny Bravo came on our podcast.
Yeah.
This is now a while back, 2 years ago, and said
About
the 5-year plan of Impact Wrestling, and it was to grow, and that's kind of what we're seeing. I remember the world changed a couple years ago, and they're doing this out of this when we know a lot of wrestling has struggled coming out of this. So Impact doing all these live events, they could have decided to scale that back and not do this, maybe change plans, and they're not. They're continuing to do all this, and I think that's just showing you that the growth they're having is by continuing on this plan. And you just see the quality of the shows. Like if you watched Emergence, there was multiple match of the year contenders on that show. And
I got to sorry for interrupting. I just got to say my favorite was me and Jordan Grace. I thought tore the roof up. They tore it up. It was a hell of a match. That's like, for me already, that's like for match of the year for Impact Wrestling. You know what I mean? That's already one of them. Another one I want to, not to take away from, Alex Shelley, who's incredible. But if you guys really appreciate the business, when Josh went up against a particular cowboy, okay, if you know what if you watch that very carefully, that was a hell of a match, guys. Correct.
Absolutely.
Right? If you watch that match, that guy worked his ass off, and he gave it more. People didn't expect what they got. It's incredible. So those guys, when the time comes to turn it up, they'll turn it up. That was another unbelievable match, and it didn't get enough credit. Go back, watch it again, and see the work, the effort that was put in. And he was unbeaten. 100%. He was unbeaten. So
yes.
You got to remember there's New Japan, okay? You got to remember there's ROH, there's NXT, there's WWE, there's AEW. And, when all these guys, that's the Billionaires Club right there. That's the Billionaires Club. And, certain people, when somebody is available, they just offer them a ton of money and don't give the opportunity for some of the talent to do what they love and just be a pro wrestler. So sometimes that hurts the business. Because now look, let's be frank. We want to be frank. How many people at other companies are publicly now showing their discontent for what's going on? Not happy with the storylines, what's going on, what's happening. I can tell you firsthand, Impact Wrestling has an amazing team for writing, producing, putting things together, telling stories. Jimmy Jacobs is a very smart, intelligent guy, really knows the business. He's been a part of some incredible storylines past few years. He gets it. He knows what's going on. They're building. There's something building to something. And I'm just saying, you're not always going to get, because I know everyone's like, Impact, we need some, we need like a big guy. We need like a big star. But that's not what Impact is about. It's not just getting a big star. It's who we got. What can they do? And they're doing incredible things, because look what happens when their contracts are coming to expire. Other organizations offer them a ton of money. Come with us. Come with us. Why? If the talent wasn't that good, why do you want them to go to you for? So obviously, they're doing an amazing job in Impact Wrestling, and everybody else is watching the talent in Impact Wrestling, because as soon as their contract's up, they want them. So yeah, it's not about that. It's not about the talent, because Scott makes stars. Impact Wrestling makes stars. Josh Alexander was an indie kind of darling, but still not a lot of people knew who he was. Right. Impact Wrestling worked his ass off for 3 years, got an opportunity to win the title, and now there's more eyes on the prize. The funny thing is, there's still not enough, a lot of eyes still on the prize. Like, there's still a whole world to watch, but I don't think there's enough respect for Impact Wrestling, truly.
And Iceman, I can tell you, I can speak for myself and a lot of the audience. The charm of Impact Wrestling for a lot of us as fans is, we're rooting for the underdog. Like, this isn't $1 billion company. It's like we're all going through this ride together, and we want to see them progress and rise to the top.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I know a lot of us. I know Trent, who's usually here. He's a day one guy. I'm a very early back to the old pay-per-views, and obviously ever since then fan. Kyle, longtime fan. So, and a lot of the people here in the chat, I think there's an Impact Wrestling fan base back to TNA that's been there for a long time, going through the highs and the lows like any company. But now, 20th anniversary at Slammiversary, ECW, WCW did not reach these. What Impact's been able to do.
Yeah.
It's just a testament to a lot of people over there that were able to get through everything and putting out some of the best quality that they have recently, which is great to see.
Yeah.
20 years.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying 20 years. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at, you know. A lot of companies have come and gone. Some have, you know, risen above. But, you know, Impact is just that, you know, little, how they say that? Little train that just keeps on chugging along, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are.
There's so much. And guys, this is very, in the caliber and quality of television and media today, the amount of money, I got to tell you guys, the amount of money. For instance, Impact Wrestling has, you know, tractor trailers with equipment, that staging, that lighting, you know what I mean? The ring that travels, the TV trucks, actual TV trucks, like full out fledged directors, producers, grips, sound techs, engineers. There's a lot of jobs. The music guy, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of jobs. How many producers and agents backstage who go there? I walk in and it's, you know, there's catering, makeup, hair. They're doing everything in their power to make this top notch and bring a huge product. They're not messing around. And I'm not going to knock any other company, but they're doing a hell of a lot better than another company that just got bought out. You know what I mean? You know, I had one of the former, I didn't want to say who, come up to me and say, wow, Impact, wow. They were so impressed. And a lot of people might see from the outside, might see the actual, you know, package and the presentation. But if you're to, like, say, get a backstage pass and walk around backstage and see how much work, man, I sat in on a meeting from the beginning. Every producer, agent, referee, talent, writer, director, was in this room when you'd think maybe 6, 7 people. And there was like 25 people for a morning call, and it lasted a couple hours. It's a lot of love. A lot of people put in their life. This isn't a fly-by-night. If you think some guy's just sitting at his house writing, it doesn't work that way. A lot of people have put in their life, blood, sweat, and tears for this company. So I don't know if a lot of people give it enough credit. I'm just saying, backstage there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of love, a lot of hard work, a lot of men and women that are putting their life on the line to make this thing work. And the talent wants to make it work. They'll do whatever it takes by going out there and putting on the best pro wrestling that they could possibly put on, you know? Never mind what everybody else is doing. We got to look at what we're doing as Impact Wrestling and a brand. So, yeah, stay loyal. Keep watching the product. Good things are happening. It is a good product. Look at the main event tonight. Look at that main event. It was a hell of a main event, you know? And you can see the star power in there. And, you know, again, if they're one of those people's contracts come up, they're going to get, like, you know, phone calls. Oh, come here, come there, come here. So, yeah, it sucks that those other guys offer all that cash for them to go. But it proves that Impact was right by getting that guy, working with him, and letting the world see him, you know, develop. So look at all the guys.
No, they give them like that canvas to paint a picture of a performance of who they are, these wrestlers, and everybody then they do, because it feels like every couple. Who are we kidding? I was going to say every couple of years. It's almost every month. It's every week, where it's like if somebody may leave for whatever reason, show up somewhere else, and it's like, oh, the sky is falling. Oh, how can you replace? We've gone through huge names over the years, the biggest names in wrestling, really, and they're able to still replace them. There's always a constant. It's almost like a system, like in sports. It's like a minor league system almost, where they develop, they draft and develop talent. And you're seeing it today. Like you got the Masha Slamoviches, you got Killer Kelly. You guys just got names just keep moving in that are taking these. Mike Bailey. Can we say enough about Mike Bailey since he's gotten here?
I mean, Mike Bailey was signed at my show, on my indie show in Toronto. A guy that's been busting his butt, great superstar, great talent. Again, the names are endless, and sometimes the fans that are watching don't give the talent enough credit. And then they're going to leave. Let's say they leave, and they'll go somewhere else, and 6 months later, that same fan, this guy's the greatest. This girl's unbelievable. Oh my gosh, so amazing. But why were you not supporting them that way when they were at Impact? You got to wait for them to go somewhere else to say, man, look at AJ Styles, right?
Yeah.
Look at AJ Styles. I mean, Young Bucks, for crying out loud. The Young
Generation
Bucks.
Me.
Come on, guys. Some of the best on planet Earth were at Impact Wrestling, and they continue to develop megastars around the world. So show a little love, a little compassion for look at Madison Rayne. Somebody said Madison Rayne.
Yeah.
See? Like they go after the Impact talent because they know Impact has a good roster, has a good company. They have good morals in the business backstage. It's not like shady practices, nothing like that. It's a really great company. And again, if you guys could see it, the backstage, one day I'm going to, because of this conversation, I'm actually going to pitch to Scott if I could do like a 24/7. So, like you see the UFC pay-per-view, backstage, black and white, gritty, going to some of the talent's house and just interviewing people and giving you a backstage view of what actually happens backstage. So
yeah, that would be great content to either put on the Ultimate Insider, Impact Plus.
Yeah.
That would be great content because I think a lot of people, and I know not everybody can make it out to a live show, but if you can make it out to a live show, I think that's how Impact really has always gained fans, by people being there, and you get a sense of all this. You feel like it. It feels like something different. It doesn't feel like going to one of the big, more corporate promotions where you feel far away. You feel a little bit removed. Good wrestling, good characters, but you don't feel as into it. But a company like Impact, you're like right there with it. Like you feel like you're almost in it with them. And that's something that you don't get everywhere, maybe from your local indie promotion. And I know you talk about Mike Bailey being signed at your indie promotion, but that's really one of the main reasons we wanted to bring you on the show, George, because you have a huge show coming up with Destiny Wrestling this Sunday. We got Summer Heat. Can you let us? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Nice.
Third angle meet and greet. That's very cool. But and the champ, the Impact champ, and the Destiny champ, Josh Alexander, will be defending that Destiny title in the main event. I know there were some changes to that main event, but right now it's against former Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham. Big one you got there.
Guys, I'll tell you, if you're a pro wrestling fan, this match is going to be ridiculous. They're going to put on a clinic here. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Former ROH champion Gresham taking on Josh Alexander. It's going to be a hell of a show. Killer Kelly will be in Toronto for this show, taking on Jody Threat, making a name for herself on the indies. It's the Battle of the Redheads. This is going to be crazy. Another Impact superstar, Heath, is coming to Toronto to tag with WWE former superstar Santino Marella in a tag match. It's a little revenge thing going on in Toronto. Another former Impact superstar, like you said, Kurt Angle, coming to do meet and greets.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. It's gonna be awesome, guys. So doors open 6:30. It's at the St. Annapolis Hall. Guys, come out. Everyone gets to meet Kurt Angle and everybody else there. Again, some of the pictures on there, some of the talent are no longer with the show because they just signed. So that's what happens. I got some heat for it. I'm like, it's not my fault. I got him on the show. And it was actually less. It was 7 days, Bill. One guy got signed. 7 days later, the other guy got signed.
Oh,
Boom. No, that's not true. It was 4 days. It was Friday and then Monday. 4 days my main event got scrambled. But it just goes to show I have an eye for that type of talent that we put in, and they got signed. Good for them. Congratulations to them. But there will be a lot of Impact superstars going to be at the show. Come and meet them. Come see the show in Mississauga. If you're in the U.S., cross the border, easy breezy. It'll be fun. And I will add this intel for this show. You never know who might show up. I'm going to leave it there.
So you got to be there to find out. Now, like, hopefully everyone can make it out there. Is there, I know we talked before, is there any way to see the show if you can make it out there?
You know what? We weren't prepared for that pay-per-view at this time. We have a company that we use sometimes that deals with Fight Network. Unfortunately, that crew was not available. We're working on a crew locally that's able to develop, because you want to provide a good quality product. I don't want just one camera, So you need the board, and you need a lot of things to edit, the live, the name drops, the lower thirds, the logo reels, the match graphics. We want it pro, or as pros we can get it, because I don't want to just release a product. So right now, it's not going to be on pay-per-view, unfortunately, but it will be uploaded to an on-demand very shortly. So that's all we can do for now. And we're hoping that, moving forward, our team is ready to go for pay-per-view. That's all I can say. So unfortunately, it's not. Sorry, guys. But it will be available on demand very shortly. But if you guys get a chance, come out, be there live.
Yeah. Every reason to be there live, because that's the thing for a match. And you're talking about some great matches. That main event, if you have any chance of being there, if you can make your way there, well worth going. I've been to Destiny before. You always put on a great show. So definitely make your way out.
You might be there, right, Bill? There's a possibility.
There is a possibility. I have mapped it out. 7 hours.
Yeah.
I do a lot more than that. So that's
some media credentials. Come on out, see the show. And I hope to see some of you guys.
See me. Come out. You may see me. It's on Sunday. Yeah. I can get home. I can get back to work on Monday like I like. So I think I can pull that off. So there's a good chance you'll see me there.
Come and do it. He's the man, and he'll be welcome with open arms. And again, guys, I hope to see some of you guys at the next TV taping or possible pay-per-view for Impact. There's a good possibility the Iceman might be in New York.
Oh, Bound for Glory.
Nice.
Yeah.
It gets on sale tomorrow, and definitely something there, Albany, not too far. So hopefully we see.
That was the segue to promote tickets on sale tomorrow for Bound for Glory. Yeah, so check it out, guys. Again, who's this bonus baby? I got 30 years of audio video production, Iceman. Where do I send my resume? Man. Real George Iceman at gmail.com. I'm not even joking. Send it to me. Let's take a look. Guys, thank you so much. I don't want to keep up too much of your time. I know you guys are putting on a hell of a show. Thank you for all three of you holding it down, all three of you supporting the brand. It means a lot to me. And I'll be talking to Scott about the next time I'm out there for a pay-per-view. I'm going to be doing a media blitz type of pre-show party. So I'm going to reach out to you guys to invite you guys to come out for some beers and some food pre-show. I'm going to be working on that. You guys are all welcome. Thank you for supporting. For everybody watching the show, thank you for supporting BTI. Thank you for supporting Impact Wrestling. We appreciate all the love and support. God bless, and we hope to see you live sometime soon.
Thank you, Iceman.
Iceman. Round of applause for the Iceman. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for all you do. We'll hopefully get you back on sooner rather than later, brother. Thank you so much.
And he's getting those scoops.
Getting those scoops, folks. Sounds like that Destiny show is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it got cold in here. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, these cats! I tell you, they drive me a little nuts. Well, and speaking of Intel, should we talk about a little bit on news?
Well, do you have any news, Jay Bone? See, now that he's gone, I don't got to act professional. Do you have any news, Bonehead? You moron. Because you usually don't. I gave up on sending you news articles before the show because you never read them. I end up reading them, and Bill ends up reading them.
Yeah, we'll see. The Bone Man's busy. The Bone Man is busy taking care of stuff. We're in the process of moving, and
in the middle of the interview, we have a big guest on the show. You get off the show without saying anything and walking away. What was so important, J Bone? Tell me.
These freaking cats, man, they're like all over me, and the ones that are like the loud and obnoxious. Looking for Ozzy. Ozzy's like, not me, man, not me. The ones that are in heat 24/7 or crying 24/7. I'm trying to be professional, keep them off the show. Ozzy's nice and quiet. He's being a good boy. So yeah, I had to get Oreo out of here. So sorry. I know
J Bone, your cats are always interrupting the show. I gotta say, every time we're on the air, meow, meow, meow. Can't you close the door and put them in the damn living room or something?
The door's closed. The door's closed. Oreo is a freaking ninja. She sneaks through the ceiling, through 3 different rooms to come in through a hole in the ceiling in my office.
Oh, shit. I've had it up to here with you, J Bone.
She's a ninja. I'm sorry. I didn't train her. She got that from her mama.
All right. All right. You know what time it is, folks. You know what time it is. It's that time.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, J-Bo's news on the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. You better slow down on those Lagunitas IPAs, J-Bo. You're going to be slurring your words. You need Alcoholics Anonymous.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
Yeah, here's some news. This cat's going batshit crazy in my office.
Well, I'll cut you off before you start. The biggest news right now is Bound for Glory tickets are on sale tomorrow, folks. Get your tickets right now. Go to ImpactWrestling.com. They're linked up. Get your tickets. And I'm telling you, everybody, buy your front row tickets now so Bill doesn't have a chance to get front row. Let's put Bill in the third row. Let's put Bill.
They're not on sale yet. They're not on sale yet, Kyle.
When midnight strikes.
No. 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
That's right. The commercial said 10 a.m. Excuse me. 10 a.m. folks, line up. Get your front row tickets. This will sell out. Get them now. I'll be there. Bill will be there. But let's make sure that we give Bill a slice of humble pie and let's buy out all the front row seats so Bill doesn't get a chance to have one. Thank you. Thank you.
But
You've had enough front rows, Bill. It's time for someone else to get a shot.
Did you say pie? I love pie.
Sorry, J-Bo, tell us some news, please. Please.
All right. So as you saw tonight on Impact Wrestling, we have a brand new #1 contender. We have the main event of Bound for Glory. Folks, it's going to be a banger. I know there were some people that were, had their money set on other people. We know some gamblers out there, don't we? We got Eddie Edwards as the #1 contender. I know I was hoping for Bandido. I was hoping for something.
How is that news? That's the end of the review. Do you not have any news articles and you're pulling stuff out your ass? God damn it, J-Bone. Bill, can you be the news guy from now on? Please.
I'm sorry. I could try to find something really quick.
Oh my God. This really is the second or third worst wrestling podcast in the world. My God. Continue, J-Bone. Continue.
Well, there's a lot of people talking about a certain branch of another company that is no longer existing. Can we talk about that?
Well, we could talk about maybe some former Impact talent that's now available.
Or soon to be available. There's always that 30, 90-day clause. We're not sure what's...
Poor Kyle.
We're doing WWE news on the show now, J-Bone? Really?
No, well, it's not just talking about WWE. It's talking about free agents. People love talking about...
You imbecile. Let's see if you can tie it back and make it work. Go.
Okay, so if you have not heard, the news came out earlier today that NXT UK is finished and NXT Europe is going to launch in 2023. Now, along with that came the news of some releases, unfortunately, from NXT UK. Some of the names, I don't have all the names here, but some of the more notable ones, Flash Morgan Webster confirmed his WWE release. Former X Division guy that a lot of people love back from TNA and Impact Wrestling, Mark Andrews is released.
Mandrews.
Mandrews, yes. So that and many others found their name on an unfortunate list. So I know some people were talking in the chat during the live reaction about who they'd like to see. Now, of course, there's always a lot of things that go along with that. You know, are they in the US? It would make it a lot easier. Are they going to be able to travel to the US if once they're free and clear? That's a big deal. But we've seen that Killer Kelly is here. She's a big name from Portugal, big international name. I think we could certainly boost up the roster with more international names, and it would really add some worth to the Impact Wrestling roster. Yes, there's another name, T. Hughes. Thank you. Shaw Samuels. So yeah, several others. And who would you like to see join? You know, that's always a discussion. So, but beyond that, I sadly don't have.
That's it, J-Bo.
Too much. That's it. That's it. If you got something else, please fill in the blanks.
Well, I know.
Speaking of filling in the blanks,
Wilde, one of our favorites, original knockouts, Taylor Wilde. Let's Get Wild. Had Moose on her Let's Get Wild podcast, and they were having a discussion, and she brought up that she is still under Impact Wrestling as a contracted talent. So she is there, but she did mention she's pretty much not on right now because she did take time away, some personal stuff, and it is because of that, and she's just waiting for a storyline really to come back. So let us know in the chat. I think we all I would love to see Taylor Wilde come back. And to me, it feels like and she tonight I saw was tweeting that she wants, I believe, either Mickie James and or Killer Kelly in a match. So be thrilled to see those. Maybe at one of the upcoming tapings. But still, I can't help with the Knockouts tag titles back. Think still, it would make sense. The OG Knockout Tag Champions, Taylor Wilde and Sarita, who I know has been she had that injury, but she's been getting back and she looks ring ready now. So maybe now's the time to pull the trigger on getting the OGs back.
Not the OGs of Hernandez, Kingston, and Homicide.
No.
Let's not get them confused with those OGs. Different OGs.
Oh,
The Knockout OGs.
the
Which are
first
the best
tag
OGs?
team champs.
There you go. And BXT needs opponents. There you go.
Yeah. Sarita was going through some personal issues too. It seemed like right after her WWE release last year or the year before, whatever it was. So hopefully she's doing well.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't know where she.
I saw her training. I think she was maybe down in Mexico in the last couple months training some wrestlers, and she looked ring ready from some footage I saw. So definitely would be interesting to see that again.
All right. Uncle Mark is in his house. How are you doing tonight, my brother?
Gentlemen, had a change of plans. I'm supposed to be at a concert, but it's raining really bad, and driving an hour into the city is too much for this old ass man. And I was like, fuck it, eat $100 concert ticket. Fine.
Yeah, I was wondering, Mark, you told us you weren't going to make it tonight because you had a concert to go to, but then I saw you were in the Discord, which, by the way, if you're not in our Discord, join it. We're linked up at We Talk Impact on Twitter. The link is there. Get in the Discord. You were talking to us and chatting along during the show, and I'm thinking, wow, Mark is so dedicated. He's in the mosh pit of a concert right now, watching Impact and chatting with the great TNI fam on the Discord. But
mosh pit, Kyle. God, I really appreciate how highly you think of me, Kyle. It's been decades since a mosh
apparently
pit.
I'm fooled.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'm young at heart. The body just can't get the message.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I'm such an old man. I texted my friend who I was supposed to go with. I'm like, hey man, I don't drive well at night in the rain. The weather's real sloppy. And he was like, oh, man, good. I didn't want to go either.
That does happen. You notice that more. I noticed like there was a baseball game like a couple months ago where like it was a rainy night and it was like, let's not drive. It was like because we were going to go down to Baltimore to see an Orioles game. And it was like, and you know what? It was the right decision because I think they played 5 innings, long rain delay, and then just stopped the game. So that would have been a lot for a very little. So eat the whatever, maybe $25, $30 ticket.
I got to point this out. In the chat, we have somebody over and over attacking Trent. I've seen him like 10 times already. Trent sucks. Trent sucks. Trent,
and that's not you, Kyle. You're here.
No, my hands are right here. Somebody's attacking Trent. And as much as I would like to attack Trent, Trent had a victory tonight. Big W for Trent because Trent's band Hemi, Sami Callihan, came to the ring wearing a Hemi hat tonight on Impact Wrestling. That's right. Trent's band, their logo was on Impact TV on Sami Callihan's head, which, by the way, Trent's band has performed at an Impact show before.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I were professional, I'd remember what the show was called. I'm sure Trent has it framed in his house. What was that?
All Glory.
All Glory.
That's right. Trent's band Hemi performed at All Glory, and tonight on Impact, Sami Callihan came to the ring wearing a Hemi hat. So, I'm the first one to dog Trent, but I'll give him a congratulations tonight because if I had a garage band and a wrestler wore my hat, I'd be pretty psyched too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Good for you.
I'm trying to change, J-Bone. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, trying to be a upstanding citizen.
I appreciate that. My bastard kid finally turning over a new leaf. I'm proud of you. You came back from my prodigal son came back to the damn show to join the whole damn team. We almost got the whole damn team. I believe Alicia is going to be joining us in a little bit. Trent, well, he's a little busy tonight.
He claimed he'd do the same, but we'll see. Trent's our wild card for sure.
But nonetheless, it's more the team than not. So, hell of a run this whole team has had over the last, I'd say, month. It has been a blast. It's hard to stay consistent, but I'd say we've been doing
hey, you know what?
Pretty good.
To get 6 people to align 5 to 7 hours of their time every single week at the same time is not fucking easy. So kudos to us. I raise a toast to us.
And the conversation does not end here. It's 24 hours a day in our Discord, which, by the way, again, join the TNI Discord. We're linked up at We Talk Impact. The link is there on our Twitter. Jump in.
Yep. Description of the video. The invite is there. So,
in other news, J-Bone, even though the Iceman already revealed this, we'll just throw it out there real quick. Impact Wrestling has extended their partnership with Eurosport India. That's right. Yes. Impact has extended the partnership in India. Warner Brothers Discovery's premium sports channel, Eurosport India, ensuring that viewers across India, Bangladesh, I'm not going to even
wrap it up.
These countries, Pakistan.
Justin Miller has an important bit of news for you, Kyle. Can you read that off real quick?
You just interrupted me.
It's a super chat, buddy.
TNI fan for life, Justin Miller with the what is that? $9.99.
$10 super chat.
Thank you.
Impact Wrestling.
As always, brother. Much love.
Thank you so much. Love you, Justin. It was a pleasure spending this past weekend with you. It was great.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Whoa. Ooh.
In the front row of the event. Check out of the gutter, man.
Oh, no. This is not a gutter talk.
What happens in the bone room stays in the bone room.
Whoa. Shut up, J-Bone. Courtney in the chat. $20 super sticker. Thank you, Courtney. That's a dub sack. Thank you for the dub sack.
Impact Wrestling.
The dub sack. Courtney, thank you so much. For that $20, you also get a peek.
A peek? Jiminy Christmas.
Now
that was giving away the whole effing show.
If
We
you
got an
want more
angry
of Only
troll in the
Bones,
chat tonight. Fuck
if you want
KL,
more of
fuck
Only
Trent.
Bones, you can find that at patreon.com/We Talk Impact, where you get all the Only Bone you can handle.
You know, I got to point out that this show has evolved into a group of people trying to get through the news, trying to get through the show review, and it just never works out. It never happens. But yeah, we have a lot of fun along the way.
We have to stay somewhat professional. We're an hour and we had a tremendous guest, which we can blame for that in a good way.
Yeah.
Well, we should
point
get
the
to
blame
show.
on him. It's Iceman's fault.
And thank you, Bill, for booking him, because I truly had no part in that. So thank you very much.
No problem. Now, the Iceman is good people. Good people.
Yeah, he truly is. Hardworking guy, man.
Another super chat. Throw it on the screen.
What's that?
Oh, the super sticker, Brian Field with the 99
and we saw him in Chicago. It was great to see, Brian.
Impact Wrestling!
Another TNI fam in attendance at Emergence. Will we ever beat that for TNI fam in one spot? Crazy. Showed up in Chicago.
Mayor Neesum's getting annoyed by the Scott D'Amore Impact Wrestling soundbite.
Keep it up, pal. That's
Stop
one
giving us
more.
money. Stop giving us money then. Jeez.
And we're just adding to the craziness here, because guess who's joining us now? Someone that looks like they may be too cool for school, if you know what I'm saying. Alicia be gagging.
Oh.
Well, you know, the sun never sets on a badass, so.
Yeah.
Hello, Alicia. Now, why are you late? Why are you tardy? Where have you been?
Sorry. I know it was a big show. It was good to see Iceman. I was listening, but I am packing because me and the fiance are going off grid for the weekend, camping and river rafting. So we had to get all our shit in storage.
Oh, man, we got an angry troll in the chat tonight. I mean, hey, we'll take it. A hate listen is still a listen. That's what I say. We'll take it.
Hey,
we appreciate it. Thank you for
one of
coming.
our favorite people in this business, someone that the great Howard Stern, Kyle, always was about. He had a huge audience that love him, but a bigger audience that hates him.
We'll take it. That's just another
And that's
number.
how you become the king of all media.
That's just another number on the dial, Bill. But speaking of numbers on the dial, we got another super chat. Another super chat. Specifically a super sticker. Thank you, Courtney. $4. That's like a McDouble and a small fry. I appreciate it.
There
Thank
you go.
Impact
Wow,
Wrestling!
speaking of all these super stickers, Kyle, I know we were talking. Did you have any luck finding a certain soundbite from one of your early? Does it all? I didn't know if it's
no.
TNI or is it an Impact head?
Wait till next week. Stop spoiling
right,
my
wait till
bits.
next week.
Stop spoiling my bits, Bill. So I found the new soundbite. Well, Bill spoiled it. I found the new soundbite for every time we get a super chat.
Those boys.
Very funny. Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Why are you even giving us money?
Impact Wrestling!
Bell's boy with the urgent $20 super chat says, because Courtney found spare change in her couch. Just kidding. Much love, Courtney. And Alicia's looking super cool with the shades. TNI faux life. Thank you, Bells.
Faux life. Thank you.
See, the Bullet Club does this, but the Peanut Club does this.
That's right. Peanut Club, baby. Peanut Club.
It's just like,
Peanut Club.
Peanut Club.
And the Plummet Club.
I don't know what kind of soundbite we're gonna come up with. Peanut Club, and no, I'm not gonna make a T-shirt for that, because that's something I want to brag and wear around town.
Look, J-Bone, Alicia made me feel good about my problem last week on the show. She told me it's all about the motion of the ocean, and not for nothing, Jay. What did you say to me on the phone yesterday? That I got my peanut from my daddy, being you. You're in the Peanut Club too. You told me that on the phone yesterday. Although I've seen it and tasted it many times, you confirmed it via telephone yesterday.
You're blessed that much because of me. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm hung like a peanut compared to that guy. I'm just gonna own it. Instead of Mark pissing me off by playing it, I'm just gonna own it. And I'm gonna laugh with you. You're not gonna laugh at me.
That's taken out of context entirely, Kyle.
Thank you. All right, J-Bone, enough of this bullshit. Let's get on with the review. Tonight's episode was a banger. Let's talk about it, please.
All right, so we start out hot. We have Lucha Libre. And let me tell you, being there live was an absolute amazing experience, and it was even more amazing watching it back on TV. We had Taurus with Crazy Steve in his corner. No, pardon me, not in his corner. He was on commentary, right, Bill? I believe.
Yes, Crazy Steve on commentary for the first time ever.
Yeah.
He was not similar to a guy that may have worked for the IPWF at one point, but Crazy Steve on commentary. I need more of this.
Was that? Are you sure that's the first time?
Yeah.
First time Crazy Steve was on commentary.
Oh.
Are you sure about that, Bill? Can we put you to the test? I feel like Critical Sting will hop in the chat and correct you if you're wrong.
Crazy. Well, hold on. I can't imagine this bite still exists, but maybe it does.
Dude, we've refreshed.
Oh, wait. Here's someone that looks maybe like Crazy Steve, not on commentary.
I haven't seen biting like that from a woman since I left my ex-wife for her sister.
And you sounded similar to that on commentary. I was paying, and no offense, Crazy Steve, I was paying more attention to the match. We had Taurus, new to Impact Wrestling. I'm hoping and praying he sticks around because it was an amazing addition this past weekend. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. We'll talk about more of that in a second. Horus versus Trey Miguel versus Laredo Kid. Absolute banger of a match. Folks, let's talk about it.
J-Bone, you can't go wrong. Great way to start this episode. Obviously, Chicago crowd loves the Lucha Libre. Hell, we all love the Lucha Libre. And we obviously we've seen Taurus, we've seen Laredo. Obviously, Taurus we kind of know, like they have AAA connections, but they're pretty much roster members. They're on every taping, so it's great to see them. But we got some new additions coming in here, J-Bone. Where we like the Ray Horus, like great to see. I know we both first saw him, the great short-lived Lucha Underground, Dragon as Tekka Jr. So great to see him in this. But I'll tell you, great back and forth, good spots, showing off the style. But I'll tell you, I was surprised. I was happily surprised that one of my favorites, Black Taurus, give him the horns, won the match. I wasn't expecting it.
A rare win for Taurus, and well deserved. I mean, he's been featured lately, but not exactly always in the winning column with Decay. They're always over, but not always winning, like I said. Who else wants to give some comments on this?
Oh, let's not all go at once.
Bueller.
Hello?
Go ahead, Alicia.
Oh, okay. It was wonderful.
You didn't watch it.
I missed the first match. I'm very sorry. I caught the tail end of it.
But it was
so I
wonderful.
was like, hey, anybody else?
Fake it till you make it, girl. Right?
I do apologize. I have notes for everything else, though. So
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I had to make unprofessional trips with my kiddies out of the room because they're driving me batshit earlier tonight. So it's all right. It's the world going around. All right.
I was pleasantly surprised, man. A Taurus getting a win is huge. This is a big ass win for Decay. They've needed wins. Either shit or get off the pot with Decay. Make them winners or break them up because it's been fucking boring for months now. So this is awesome to see. Like, commit to Taurus. Dude's a fucking badass. I like this. Good shit.
Yeah, I think everybody's always. Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
Two things. I mean, how are you going to lose when your man's hyping you on commentary? Had an advantage there. If something went wrong, he could have totally threw that mic down and hopped in the ring. Regardless, let me take this away from the match. I want to ask you guys and the people in the chat, do you like the current version of Decay more than the original Decay with Abyss? That's a question I like to ask. Different feel, different vibe. I want to know, do you like the sequel better than the original? It's a relevant
now,
question.
who are you saying is the current version of the K, Kyle?
Well, Taurus in the current version, and the last one had Abyss.
Well, but so Rosemary, Crazy Steve, and
No, but they're constants. They're constants.
And Jessica, who's sick.
You know what? I totally forgot about Havoc. Now that she's Jessica, who's sick, totally wiped my mind. All I'm thinking about is the sick thing, and a lot of that happened during my sabbatical here. I admit it. I did not watch for a while. I wasn't here on the show for a while.
Mhm.
A lot going on.
But
I'd like to know in the chat which version of the K did you like better?
Yeah, I'd say there are some thoughts.
It's always evolving, and this one is interesting because you very rarely see everyone together. It's either Steve and Taurus, or they got singles matches, or you got the Knockouts tag team of, well, now Taya Valkyries, with the Ragnarok thing with Rosemary. Jessica's character is evolving, which, by the way, I was talking about this during the live show. It's, in my professional podcasting opinion, one of the most hyped things currently and will be in the future, because Jessica's, I love Havoc. She's been an amazing knockout, but she needed something to spice up her character, because you can only do the tough badass forever, So I'm loving this. I know I'm not the only one. So it's
now,
like
I think
I said, it's always evolving. So I like that it's always evolving, because you can only do the creepy other kind of sick thing for so long,
And it was a great showcase for Taurus, who I think one of the things people have been saying is, if you see him in AAA or at an indie show, you're like, wow, this guy is crazy good. And maybe he wasn't able to show as much an impact just because he was part of the K. Maybe not, because obviously pretty much it's mainly Rosemary's vehicle. But he was really able to showcase himself since it was a Lucha Libre match. So, and that's where he's beyond comfortable. So great to see. But what a way to start off the show.
And it looks like Trey too. I felt real proud of Trey out there hustling with the luchadors.
Yeah, because you look at the one, it's Trey with all these luchadors, and Venom Trey did not miss a beat. He's been on another level lately. That Mike Bailey match, really
took the words out of my mouth.
Along with a lot of matches on this card are matches of the year candidates. So
Trey has been, in terms of in-ring performance, he's been one of the standouts pretty much all this year so far.
And always remember, he's the one that chose Impact.
Forever, my dude.
Yeah, so that's a guy that you gotta appreciate as an Impact fan. He had other opportunities like others. There's a lot of this current roster has had other opportunities. Like when we're talking to Iceman and these other companies, they'll back up the truck, the money truck, and they're like, here, come join us. But we have a number of members of this roster that are like, I'm good. I like what I'm doing here. I like this locker room. I like my creative.
And he has passion. Absolutely.
You're damn right.
Do you see Trey Miguel being a future Impact World Champion, or do you think that's out of his future?
I wish I could say that.
On the way he's going now, it's a possibility.
He's evolving too. I think there's a time and place for everything. It just happens. It's going to happen if the story surrounding him is good, and obviously if people in the back
have fun tomorrow, buddy.
See it, So
I would say certainly not right now. The main event scene is built out of heavyweights right now, in heavy hitters. Trey doesn't fit into it currently, but I hope down the line. You see what?
At some point.
That'd be awesome.
Him an X Division title next year at some point. against the right opponent, a cash in, I could definitely see it. I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
I would love to see it. I just don't know that. I don't know that they would book it, but I'd love to see it.
Just keep what you're doing. Keep what you're doing.
We just got to make sure to keep Trey's mom out of it because things get a little wonky when Trey's mom is in the mix.
True, it's a true story.
Well, Trey's mom comes back to the picture. You know who's coming around,
right?
It's been a bangorama.
Here we go with the bangorama. All right, next we got a backstage segment here with Swinger and the Dice watching last week's Killer Kelly match.
Big fans, Killer Kelly.
Big fans, yeah. They're all talking about it. There's some of the dungeon. What do we call the people?
Want to book her for a seminar?
They want to do something. What do we call the people in Swinger's dungeon? We call them Dungeonites. What do we call them?
Animals, savages, blind balls,
Swinger slaves.
Swinger slaves.
Swingerellas.
Curious.
Wait,
you guys swing?
It's the line of the night.
Oh, the dwellers, the cellar dwellers.
Let's hear it in the chat. Come up with your own name for those.
Those boy like swingers skanks.
Swingers skanks. Yeah, there we go. All right. So they're watching Killer Kelly, and they get interrupted by the one, the only former Knockouts champion, Tasha Steelz, with Savannah behind her. And they're like,
Labor division, baby.
They're like, why are you watching? And then Killer Kelly makes an appearance, gets in Tasha's face, and then gets in Savannah's face. Now, I know there's been a lot of questions. A lot of questions here. Ziggy did what?
You got to watch those little sly comments from Ziggy Dice because they're gold. But they're never a focus. He just does like a walk away sentence, like, ooh. And it's always a killer. He's a killer.
He's outlandish.
Yeah,
Always
right.
outlandish. I gotta watch it back. All right, so Killer Kelly gets in the fellow Knockouts' faces. And it looks like she's coming after Tasha Steelz, but Savannah Evans is like, no, you got to go through me first. What do you guys think? That I know there's been a lot
that really worked out for her.
We'll get to that. There's been a lot of questions about Killer Kelly's character. What is she portraying? Who is Killer Kelly? And I think we're starting to see it. It hasn't all completely unfolded as clearly as we thought it would, but in a segment like this, what do you guys think? And then watching, we'll get to the match, but what do you guys think of Killer Kelly so far? Are you starting to get it, understand it? What do you think?
I'll go. Yeah, I think after this match in the ring, I think it gave her a ton of personality, like to see her in a little bit longer of a match. I really like her unique style. The whole choke slam, like double choke, like masochist sadist type like angle was really fucking awesome. Like that stands out to me in terms of performance. I like I love a person who can work in the ring like Bailey, but I also love a person who's built on character. And I suspect that Killer Kelly is going to end up being both. I have really high expectations. I know we all do because we've waited so long for this. And kudos to Impact for, paying the bills while she was not in the country. I'm fucking stoked. I love Savannah Evans getting this spot. She's really, really coming along. She's she's past heater phase now, and she's actually a legitimate opponent in the ring as a warm-up for former champion Tasha Steelz. Putting Killer Kelly against Tasha Steelz, I mean, that's a great spot. Not exactly at the top of the card, but
she got choked the fuck out, Mark. What kind of glory is in that? Short work was made of her.
It's
That doesn't
still
look like a
good,
promising career.
But it wasn't a squash. And
yeah, it
that's
wasn't
what
a squash.
Right. That's what we were
Yeah.
hoping for. So we
Yeah.
didn't want to see a 10-second match, which we've seen
That's right.
plenty of lately.
She's
Yeah,
too
exactly.
big to get squashed, man. That wouldn't be believable.
Yeah,
Even though
I don't-
Kelly is a killer.
I mean, Masha did it to Havoc, and you know they've made it believable. It can be done, but that spot's filled. Killer Kelly is filling a different role. I think that's the question mark a lot of us had. Is it going to be like Masha? Oh, dude, that was hilarious, Violet. When she called her Jigsaw, I was rolling. I put that in the Discord. I was cracking up. Yeah, no, this whole thing was great. I loved all of it. Killer Kelly's going to be a force.
She's leaving an impression.
It
She
just
said,
goes to show you
"Bitch."
how much of a douche Trent is. Because if you recall, when she first came around, Trent was like, oh, what's her character? What is she? I don't know what she is. Just
I
give
got
it
it.
a few weeks to play out,
You gotta
man.
let it breathe.
Let them tell a story.
I got kind
One
of a
episode,
natural
Trent's
born
like, what's a
killers
character? I don't
vibe
know.
from her.
You got a what?
I got a natural born killers vibe out of her.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Some Mallory.
Mickey and Mallory. Right?
Mm-hmm. Granted, minus the Mickey, but I think she's powerful enough with this direction she's going in that she doesn't need it. You know what I mean? I really like the direction. It's different. I feel like we haven't really seen someone in this kind of light done well.
Right. It's kind of like, and I like it that they keep it. It's like some people are going to say, oh, well, she's the same as Masha. No, she's not the same as Masha. She has similarities to Masha. Masha's just a plain badass, tells you what's up. Killer Kelly has a different personality where she's kind of sly. And she's very unpredictable. You don't know what she's going to say. You don't know what she's going to do. She slides into the ring. She's kind of like a snake,
Snake.
It's kind of like a snake.
Got the movements.
And I was going to use the word sleazy, but that's not really the proper term.
Now, just because there was a dirty hotel, J-Bo, doesn't mean it's sleazy.
Well, there's only one reason it was
Grimy. I would use the word grimy.
There's only one sleazy hotel, and all of you were in it.
It could have been the same place.
Continue, Bill. I rudely interrupted you. Continue.
Yes. Well, I did notice that she is now advertising. She's going to be at the Connecticut Horror Convention next month. So interesting that she's appearing at a horror convention. I know sometimes wrestlers do appear at like those type of events, but maybe, who knows? Maybe we see her. Maybe her character gets a little bit maybe into that realm, if you will. We know there's some other characters they could play off of. It doesn't seem obviously immediate. She's doing something with Tasha, but I saw Sue Young making comments, and I feel like she might be on the cusp of returning. We already obviously have Rosemary and stuff going on there, but could maybe Killer Kelly develop maybe not necessarily a character in that universe, but maybe something adjacent to it.
There you go. So this interaction between all the knockouts here, and then we've got Swinger in the background with Zicky Dice. I can't wait to see if there's going to be another interaction somehow. All right, next we got Heath versus Kenny King. Heath, the redheaded rebel, going after Honor No More, taking them out one by one here. Fun match. Heath is slick, man. He's a tough guy. I'm glad that he's finally got some kind of direction. His injury did him absolutely no favors. So he's really got to kind of just slowly climb his way back up out of that. I'm glad he's being featured. What'd you guys think of this match?
Oh, baby!
Come on, it's Heath. Can't go.
I'm sorry. Everybody asleep tonight? What's going on? Am I on a delay? So this was a really exciting match. I got to catch this from beginning to end. It was a long time coming, obviously, because Heath's been doing those sneaky sneak attacks, but Heath obviously gets the win. You know, wow, good match.
As far as I'm concerned, Kenny King didn't whack him hard enough. He's a redheaded bastard, in the words of Kenny King. I'm not sold on him. I've been negative on him since he came in.
I'm with Kyle. I'm not going to
won me over. Never won me over.
Yeah, I won't beat the horse again on Heath. I hope it works out. But
you know, I'm open-minded. Just this is wrestling. We're fans. Can't be fans of everybody. He's not my guy. I'm not with him. I was rooting for Kenny King against him, and Kenny King is a bad guy. Good wrestler, but currently in Honor No More, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, but he's the King King. I was rooting for him too. I feel you, brother.
Right.
And
we all got our favorites. It's
sorry, Heath. Sorry, Heath.
No, and
that's personal.
It's there's no rule in wrestling where you got to cheer all the baby faces and boo all the heels.
Nah.
You know. And that's how it is, Some people are gonna love him. I appreciate him because I'm glad he's getting the chance in another company, and it's something new and fresh for him. And I've said that before.
That's cool.
I know Kyle. I know he kind of stated as soon as Heath came here, he's like, "What? Who's Heath? Who's Heath? Like, why do I like?" And I get that.
Out of all the people that came from WWE, I just don't think he was worth the investment. I'm sure they pay a pretty penny to sign the guy. I don't think he's worth it personally. And I would never say that to his face because he'd kick my ass. But in the comfort and safety of my podcast here, I can say that. But if I ever saw him in person, I'd be like, "Oh, it's just scumbag, just a little character thing I do on the podcast." I think
you're not going to love it. You're not going to love everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing personal.
But that's one that changed. That's one that changed on me because, I would have had that from afar. I didn't know Heath. I just knew he worked up north. He had his run in that faction up there, and then he kind of got thrown to the wolves and did stuff with Rhino. But then he was recently signed to Impact. There's no crowds. Me and Dave are like, you know what? Let's go to Laredo Pro Wrestling down in Georgia. So we're like, we go down there and driving 17 hours. But we get there early enough. Heath is doing a meeting at a car dealership around the corner from the venue. So it's like, let's go meet Heath. So we go meet Heath, and Heath is like the coolest dude ever. Heath is, and the thing I didn't realize, because everybody is a freaking gigantic person up north, the dude's big. You don't think he's big, but he's freaking huge.
He's a big
it's like,
guy.
oh, he's a big dude. You thought he was a small guy up there, but he's actually a gigantic guy. But very cool, down to earth. You think he's been in that machine forever up there. So, but he was with the fans. He was just really cool. And then Justin, I don't know if I've seen him in here recently, but to follow that up, when they did Bound for Glory in Vegas, they did a meet and greet at the Las Vegas Fight Shop, and he was there. And he's just browsing the store after he did his meet and greet, and he's just talking to everybody. And I mentioned, "Oh yeah, see all you in Georgia," and he's like, "Oh yeah, baby, that was a great time." And he's just, it makes you like him more, and that's what you get at Impact. When we're talking to Iceman, you don't get it a lot of other places. You can actually, if you go to the shows, even on in the social media, a lot of them, they interact with people, they interact with their fans. You don't see that at a lot of wrestling companies, and it does. So Heath, who I really wanted to thought a lot about at first, and obviously the injury was a huge thing.
Yeah.
But I like what they're doing now. You see, he's over. He's way over. Yeah. It's a great angle. They could have given that angle to a lot of people, but he worked his ass off to get back in the ring. If you saw the stuff he was posting while he was rehabbing, that was a serious injury he had. And the way he came back from it, kudos to him. And I'm interested to see where it goes from here. Like obviously he's like the one guy Honor No More can't stop right now because he wins the match. They come out, they beat down, but then he's able to still get one more wake up call in before leaving the ring.
I knew.
But
I'm sorry, I was going to say, I knew the moment they let him go, trouble was abound.
Oh yeah. You can't let him go.
Yeah.
Right.
I did like how slick that was, actually. I thought that was pretty cool at the end. I like that.
He can do it out of nowhere. He's like a certain Viper that comes out of nowhere to wake up.
It is a shitty move, though. I wish it looked different. It's not a very good move, but I like the whole sequence, how they had him surrounded like in a movie, and then he just kind of slipped out real quick.
Right, and that's good production right there.
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden, oh, boom, Bennett's down. What? And then he's in the crowd, and then the crowd's all surrounding him, and
Yeah.
And that's how you get the crowd behind him, is you get that interaction. So yeah, some people aren't gonna appreciate it, but others do. So
he's got kids, J-Bone.
He's what 20 kids? The guy's busy.
Let me be clear, Bill, you're talking about personal experiences with the guy. I'm sure he's a great dude. I'm only talking about his character in Impact Wrestling. Let me be clear on that.
But you're not liking the current character, the Honor No More Avenger?
No, it's not doing it for me. Not doing it for me.
All right, when you're at Bound for Glory and he's out, as you like to say, with the real fans, not in the front row, and he's right in front of you in the back of the arena celebrating, and you're up, you and Jessica Rabbit are up there going, yeah, Heath, I'm going to call you out.
Nope, not going to happen, Bill. Not going to happen.
You're like, boo, boo.
I'll be that guy and turn my back from it.
Oh,
those are the worst. Those are the worst. But I not a big fan of his. But I feel like we've spent too much on this topic. Here. Let's move on.
Red-headed rebel's gonna steal your beer. All right, what's next here? All right, so yeah, Heath gets a win, and he also gets he takes out Bennett, and Bennett sells throughout the rest of the show. It's good stuff. Next, we got Alex Shelley and Sabin and Kushida in the back talking about, things just really didn't work out for them at Emergence. Shelley lost the world title match. Sabin and Kushida lost their tag match against VBD, but they have a chance at redemption, I guess you could say. So next week, they all three are going to go against VBD. And I can tell you, I can't wait to see this on TV and seeing it live. It's spoiler alert. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. So we were absolutely on the edge of our seats for that one. All right. So next we got Taven and Bennett in the back with Scott D'Amore. I know there was something before that where they're all talking and stuff. Eddie Edwards still pointing the finger at PCO over all this. PCO's, if you notice during the segment where Heath was getting his ass beat by Honor No More, PCO looks, he's a little on the fence. You watch his behavior. Look. He's definitely out of character. He's not just jumping in and attacking people.
How long can you control or even trust a guy like PCO? He's showing signs. How long? And you know what? PCO doesn't need Honor No More. PCO deserves to be world champion, like we've said multiple times.
I'm going to let Alicia go first because she looks like she's about to explode.
Okay, go ahead, Alicia.
What if, and hang out with me here for a minute because we're putting on our tinfoil hats, PCO and Heath team up.
Just ruined it. You just ruined PCO for
I'm
me.
sorry, but it just seems like there's something going on there, and just what was said just kind of connected the dots for me, and it was like, wow, wouldn't that be interesting?
Hold on, I can dovetail into this perfect because what you're saying does make sense. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It makes perfect sense. It's obviously where they're going.
Look, if you look back at the fucking source material, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster does have a heart, yes, and befriends the girl at the end. So, not to give it away if you haven't read that spoiler from 2 centuries ago, but that's where we're headed with PCO.
Wow. You just blew my mind.
What did I tell you about spoilers, Mark? Damn it.
Sorry. My bad.
Wait, are you trying to reference Heath's the little meme joke on Heath that he was like he's the Wendy's girl?
Yes, basically.
That's not nice, Mark. That's not nice.
It's nothing personal.
See,
this was an alternate for me that I'm going to get to at the end. I have an alternate scenario for Bound for Glory that involves PCO.
All right.
Now let's move on. We'll talk more PCO later on the PCO channel.
The story of PCO and Eddie Edwards and Honor No More evolves, and it keeps going. We'll see where it goes.
Storytelling.
It is. It's fun. I like it. Taven and Bennett talking to Scott D'Amore, and they're like, when are we gonna get our tag team title chance? Well, we found out in the news today, per social media, that they are gonna get a shot in Texas. Is it next week? Is the tapings? I believe.
And that wasn't good enough to make J Bone's news.
No, because I didn't think about it. Because I'm in.
Shit, my birthday is in 2 days, and that's news.
Oh, well, just in case I'm too busy doing God knows what. Happy early birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Biggest, dumbest Melvin.
Thanks.
Wait, which one of us? Wait, him or me? Wait, which one's Jay?
It's all me. It's all me. I'll take it.
Pick a Melvin, any Melvin.
So next week we got Mike Bennett versus Carl Anderson, which I can guarantee you, in my professional podcasting opinion, you're gonna love this match too.
Professional.
The most professional. Get out of here. All right. Savannah Evans versus Killer Kelly. Tasha Steelz, of course, in Savannah Evans' corner. I appreciated this because it wasn't a squish. It wasn't a squash match. It was short but sweet, but it wasn't just a complete wipeout. We got to see Savannah Evans really work this ring. Mm-hmm. The character of Killer Kelly is really starting to unveil in front of us. The lighting,
Trent.
What?
Yeah, Trent.
I'm not. What are you talking?
Trent was saying that Killer Kelly has no character. I just said that like 10 minutes ago.
Half of us are high, Kyle. Jesus.
Well, wait till Trent gets in here, and then we'll talk to him about it, and we will
airing my grievances.
We will. Yes.
We're not going to tell you which half of us are high, though. You have to guess.
What?
I'm just old. There's
which one's Jay?
J Bone's just old.
Alicia, why are you hiding? What's going on?
I'm not sure. I got confused.
I'm always confused.
Baked like a cake. Can I just say though, Killer Kelly said, "Choke me, bish."
I know. Fuck yeah, she did. What a badass.
That was probably one of the sickest things I've ever seen in a.
It was so good. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. Never.
When did this happen? I missed it.
So like,
it's like right near the end before she puts her in the killer lock or whatever.
J-Bone, you were there in the crowd in the front row. You should have heard her say it.
Well, I think we have footage of J-Bone hearing this.
I'm so excited!
That was a girl.
Trent's not even here. Damn it, we wasted that soundbite without Trent here.
That was a girl that was like 10 rows behind me, and me and the franchise and Justin Miller and Bill were constantly looking over our shoulder like, who the hell is screaming back there? It was hilarious.
I wish Trent was here because J-Bone doesn't even know what that soundbite is from, so he's completely ignoring it. God damn it, Kyle. I appreciate you, motherfucker. I appreciate that soundbite. You son of a bitch. That is fucking legendary.
J-Bone's old as dirt. What do you mean he doesn't know Saved by the Bell? Or is he so old that he missed it? That's how old he is. That show's at least 30 years old.
I know exactly what that's from, and I grew up on that show. That's Valerie.
I was going to say he's the same age as them.
That's Valerie from Family Ties.
Maybe no.
No, J-Bone.
I hate you.
Nice
now.
recovery,
Sorry.
You suck.
That's
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
Off the rails.
There we go. It took a long time. It's like an hour and 40 minutes in.
We finally got our second wind.
All right.
All right.
Family Ties, damn it, I know. Anyways, anything else from the Savannah Evans versus Killer Kelly match?
We all have a huge crush on Killer Kelly now. That's it. That's the story of the match. Yeah.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
She also replied to one of our tweets today, and her reply was "fuck."
Oh,
that was it. That was the whole reply.
Hey, I'll take it.
Can you expand on the conversation that she replied to?
So TNI referee Daniel Spencer made one of his ridiculous puns that he's always making on his hilarious Twitter, and she replied with like a what? And I said he's always like this, and I tagged her. And today he made another ridiculously dad joke. And I tagged her and I said, told you. And she replied, fuck. that was the conversation. That was it.
Straight to the point. I like that.
Yep.
She's,
Speaking of Twitter, Father James Mitchell just 5 minutes ago retweeted something that we tagged him in 2 years ago. Showing love to
friend of the show.
Disciples of the New Church. Appreciate you. Thank you, Father James Mitchell.
He's catching up on his social media, and he loves us. So thank you.
Good guy.
Better late than never. Alicia, did you book this guy finally for your wedding?
I didn't. I don't have the contacts, buddy. Who's I gonna?
He's all over social media.
Yeah, but that's kind of like so rude and unofficial to just slide in and be like, "Hey, I'm a total random wrestling creepy fan. Do you want to come at my or like you want to come ordain my wedding?" Like that, I feel like
it sounds different when you put it like that, Alicia.
No, in a situation like that, you hit him up on social media and say, hey, I don't know what all your contacts are. If you could please inform me, what is the most professional way to get a hold of you in concerning booking you for your services? That's how you do it, Alicia. Come on.
I'm good. Thank you.
Now, I'm glad.
Yeah, we're doing a justice of the peace.
I'm glad that you brought up your wedding. I brought this up on Twitter, and I'll bring it up again. I think we're friends. I think we have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah.
We bond together over this podcast and wrestling, amongst other things. Where is my invite? Where is my invite to the wedding? Did anybody else get an invite? Am I just being excluded? Or
no.
Did you make a decision
totally,
not to invite your podcasting friends to the invite?
Well, it's only immediate family for our wedding this year. Next year, we're having a giant reception with a mock wedding, and everyone's. You guys are getting that. Everyone, that's maybe too broad of a net, but you guys are invited. I gotta be careful how I word things here. But yeah, you'll be getting your invites next year.
It's all good.
So we get to go to the reboot wedding, the sequel, the backup. We're not special enough for the real wedding. We're going to I didn't invite you to the wedding, but you could come celebrate me a year later and give me a gift. That's bullshit.
Oh, good for you.
Well, unless you birth either one of us, you're not coming. So that's how immediate it is. It's just parents.
I thought we were
like,
friends.
go fuck yourself. That's a lot of words for go fuck yourself, Alicia.
No, I'm just saying we're doing things different, but like we're older, we're established in life, so like we rather focus on just having like a fun party where everybody can be included to come party with us, and I get an excuse to wear my wedding dress a second time.
Smart.
So
There you go.
I like this. Armand says, time to introduce Callihan to your cousin so he can rush a marriage, join the family, and be part of the wedding. I like the way
I
you
have
think.
like 50 people, like 50 cousins on my mom's side alone. So
All right. We could set something up, a little speed dating or something.
speed dating.
I don't ever miss catering in an open bar. Never.
Oh, I know.
It'll be open bar too.
Kyle, speed dating, you've never done anything fast besides what happens behind closed doors. Anyways.
Hey, he's got blue chip.
The name's Gina. What?
Well, maybe I could disguise myself as one of the caterers and just show up and, just.
Well, you'll be
crash the wedding
invited,
that
so it's
way.
unnecessary. Like you'll be there.
Like a James Bond, you sneak in with a martini and hi.
Or you could just show up because you're invited and take advantage of the open bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oof.
There
Oof.
we go.
Bonus
All right.
Baby says at least a year from now, Alicia will still be married, unlike Trent.
Oh,
big woof.
Till death do us part, motherfucker.
Christmas.
We're taking this shit to the grave.
All right. That's enough of invading
Oh,
your
he's fired the fuck up.
personal life.
Fired up.
Let's continue.
He's my zombie apocalypse partner, buddy. So
Gotta have one.
we gotta have a plan, bro.
We certainly hope it stays that way too. All right. Killer Kelly gets the win here over Savannah Evans, and and she chokes her out. She is.
Wait,
out
are we
like a
still
light.
on this match?
I'm wrapping it up, Mark. Shut
We
the
talked
fuck
about
up.
it twice.
Gotta help this show. I might as well fill this cup up with Clorox and drink it.
Jesus
I might as well.
Christ, I'm trying.
Never feel threatened by this team because we are just here to have fun. We're not here for nothing serious,
This match
bro.
was 4 minutes long, and we've been talking about it for 50 minutes.
Let me make this clear real quick. This is not a wrestling podcast. It's not a review.
Kyle,
You watched the show.
It's a mess.
You know what happened on the show. This is just a party. This is a party for Impact fans. We're just partying and hanging out together, talking shit, having fun. That's all this is. So don't be mistaken by the title telling you this is a wrestling review. We're just all friends and family having a party. That's all this is.
We're in disguise.
Well, I'll tell you,
All right.
someone says in a match they want to get this type of comment. Like it's happened.
The title's clickbait. Exactly.
Clickbait.
Well, like
That's the best. That's the best. Clickbait.
Absolutely. We're just really here to hang out and have fun.
We got you, bitch.
We're not sorry if we tricked you.
So were there other matches on this card, or what happened next? I'm waiting with bated breath.
Yeah.
What happened after?
This. All right. Rosemary, Jessica, and Taya Valkyrie in the next segment here. We're seeing the evolution of Jessica because she's sick.
I just want to talk about Rosemary for an hour now. Shit. My girl's looking fucking
That's not as
amazing.
she's not as amazing as Jessica. Jessica is, we find out Jessica is going to make her debut next week.
Not just a debut, a sick debut.
Because I'm sick.
I'm sick. With her battle coat, bro. She's got it labeled.
Battle coat.
Justin Miller with the $10 super chat urgently telling us, I like sending you guys a super chat in the middle of talking. Thanks.
Impact Wrestling.
There we go. Haven't heard that in a little while. Thank you.
It's a good way to break things up. Thank you. Much love.
Yeah, if people don't know, if there is any type of contribution to the show like that, you get the infamous soundbite of Scott, the coach, my coach, Scott D'Amore.
And speaking of contributing to the show, wait, words.
Wrong syllable, J-Bone.
Speaking of contributions to the show, we got a former lead singer of Heavy. Wait, former.
Oh man.
Who brought the asshole?
We got this guy again.
I had to come on and congratulate Sami Callihan for officially taking my role away from me on TV. On TV.
Yeah.
Look at this dumbass.
Yeah.
How the hell does that happen? What happened to you? Talk to us.
I mean, he has access to all the merch. I mean, the rights have been signed over. Sami Callihan.
No, Trent, tell the truth. Sami bullied you backstage, gave you a wedgie, took your lunch money, pulled the hat off of your head. That was your hat, put it on, and walked right out the curtain into the ring. That's what happened. He took the hat from you.
If I didn't know any better, you were in the room, honestly. That's right. Exactly.
Got my connections.
This explains why you were walking funny after the show when we were walking into the burrito place. That explains everything. Thank you.
There was other reasons for that. But anyway, listen. So I didn't get to see it yet. How was it on TV? You could see it? You got the hat on TV?
Once the lights kicked on, you could see it pretty clear.
Nice.
Right, because when he's on his way to the ring, he's got the camera in front of him and he's shaking. The strobes are going. You can't see it until he's in the ring. He's through the ropes, and for a split second, it's clear as day. We could do a freeze frame, and I'll show you it later. But yes, you can see it.
Okay. Send me the whole clip, and I'll check it out. Show the boys too.
It's short but sweet, but it's good.
Do they still release like photos, like the ringside photos too? I'm sure it'll be seen in that.
Ooh.
They still put those out?
It might be. It might be. You know what? I could check something really quick here.
They used to put them out every like show.
Quick.
They used to put them out on like Facebook and then on their website every show. I don't think they do it anymore.
You're right.
You remember that? They used to make a full album. As soon as the show's over, the full album would go up.
No, Basil still does that. Basil still does that. I was just looking to see on the promo pic of the 6 guys in the pic. He's got a hat on, but you can't see.
It's a different. That's another promo pic, so it's not. He didn't have that. He didn't have that hat on, but yeah, he wore it on. He wore it to the ring. It's cool. That works for me. I mean, it works for him. I'm happy for my former bandmates. Wait, is the show done? You guys finished the review?
No, we barely made it through.
Like match 2.
Yeah, we've been on the second match for 55 minutes.
Match 2? What the fuck?
No. It's not.
All right,
we're wrapping it up soon.
Hold on. We did have Iceman on for an interview, and he stayed for a while. We can at least say that. We did have Iceman on for a while.
About a half hour.
That doesn't excuse all the tangents, but Iceman did open the show with a very good interview.
Yeah, I do love Iceman. Iceman's good. What did he say about being rock hard or something? What was that in our chat?
You blew my own load or some shit like that.
J-Bone gave him such a good introduction. He told J-Bone, you blew my load before.
No, that's all Bill. Bill helped him blow his load. That was great.
Wait.
I think I get it.
Oh my! You guys spent way too much time in that hotel room together.
I hear the plumbing needs fixing.
It's like a Brazzers episode.
Oh my God!
Look at your plumbing. Oh yeah, I got Bison in there. Yeah, haven't you heard? Haven't you heard the fucking story last week? Yeah, come on. Hey, for anybody who missed it, there's last week's the Emergence review episode is a legendary episode. It is top 5 in the history of TNI.
Within the first 5 minutes of the podcast, I totally brought that up. And just, and I don't always do that. It's like, hey, in case you missed last week, make sure you tune in to Monday's show where we talked about Bison taking a giant shit in the hotel room.
Do not go in there. Woo!
No, J-Bone. J-Bone, you have no choice because some people didn't hear the Monday show. They still have to go back and listen to it. But for the sake of entertainment and anybody
There's also
here
a clip
that
on our
doesn't
YouTube
know
channel.
it, J-Bone, tell the story over again, briefly, more quickly. What happened with Tyson in the hotel room?
J-Bone, I'd love to hear it, to be honest.
Yeah, let's try to hear it. You guys were at the Emergence show. You shared a hotel. What happened besides the, human centipede docking, whatever went on there?
No.
Docking. No. We didn't. just, you know, because there were stories about glazed donuts. No, none of that happened. No.
Now tell the Bison story. Come on.
All right, so Bill had wrapped up his
I heard
evening.
that the comfort in it's very uncomfortable ever since then.
I got billed for aromas. Okay.
Oh, hold up. My glasses are off. I can't read. Super chat from Bell's Boy, $10 because this review has been longer than Trent's marriage, and then repeats the same stories. No wonder J-Bone fired you. Damn, shots fired, Bell's Boy.
No, JK, you didn't joke at all.
Impact Wrestling.
I love how I'm like simultaneously loved and hated, but it's like 60-40 hated to loved ratio. But I'm okay with it.
That's probably right.
It's the story of our podcast.
All right, so real quick. All right, so our front row Bill, when he retired, he went back to his room for the night, down the hallway. I'm getting cozy in the bed. Bison's on the couch, mind you. But you know, we had a lot of snacks and drank some sodas and some waters and stuff because we're rehydrating because we were sweating all night.
Yeah, great trip to Whole Foods.
At the show, we're sweating at the show. So. You know, I'm getting cozy in bed. All of a sudden, I'm like, well, shoot, now, you know, time to, you know, take care of business. Had to take a leak. So then I exit my bedroom and I look and Bison's not there. He's not on the couch. And I'm kind of like, well, where did he go? So I go towards the bedroom and the cloud hits me. The cloud fucking hits me. You know, it's like it's in my mouth now, and I'm like, oh my god!
It tastes what Bison had for lunch.
It was bad. I go back and sit on my bed in my palatial room, and it follows me. It fucking follows me
because he's got the walk blood. Stuck to your skin like humidity.
Right.
Oh god.
It was hanging thick in the air. So 10-15 minutes passes. I'm sitting on the bed just
that long?
I'm like this, And he comes out looking like he just, walked through World War III. I'm like, bro, you okay? He goes, I just took a giant shite.
Do not go in there. Woo!
I love that you announced the obvious.
I tell this story out of love for Bison. He was nothing but a great guest. And, KL's got other suggestions about, prison flushes and shit he talked about last time.
I'm saying, though, it was a total party foul. Look, if we're hanging together and we're at a hotel and I got to do business, I'm not going to do it in the room and ruin everybody's night. I'm going to walk out of the room and go somewhere else. There's public bathrooms within the hotel for such behavior. You don't shit where you eat. You don't do that there. Now, if you're alone in the hotel room, that's a different story. But if you're sharing the hotel with your buddies, you don't blow out the bathroom while J-Bone's trying to sleep. And then he's just got to get that odor to that. The terrible. That was a party foul on Bison's part. And J-Bone, you're even worse of a friend for embarrassing him and coming on the show and telling that story. In fact, you're a terrible person.
Twice now with pride.
What kind of attitude? So I don't even trust you, J-Bone. If I hang out with you, I got to watch myself. I can't even go to the bathroom around you. You're going to go on the podcast and tell everybody about it.
Yeah, you didn't get something in your drink, and you're just going to be walking around doing cartwheels or something.
I mean, J-Bone, he's a foreigner. He's a foreigner in our country. On a public platform, embarrassing the guy. Come on, man.
You guys begged for this story.
No, we didn't. No, we told you not to do it.
No.
We told you not to do it. We're like, J-Bone, he's such a good friend to you. Why would you come on the show and embarrass him like that? You're like, I got to tell the story.
I didn't ask for any of this. I'm an unwilling bystander.
Nonetheless, to wrap that up, I turned the fan on, took a peek, and went back to bed. All right.
Okay. All right.
Continue.
Is that it?
Board.
That's
no, we're on the Jordan interview.
Oh. All right. You guys haven't finished. It's guys.
We got a couple segments to go.
We have gone long here, huh? You guys are
Yeah,
nice.
my battery's gonna die. I'm gonna have to go get my power supply for my computer. I was like,
Go
oh,
ahead, Jay.
they're already an hour in. I'll just hop in and I'll be fine. I don't need my power supply. But an hour in doesn't mean shit. I forgot where I was coming.
We got 2 matches to go.
All right,
Let's
let's
talk
do it.
a little Miller backstage.
All right, so
Looking
Gia Miller-
fantastic. Great
we're
hair.
gonna- we're really gonna try. Gia Miller is backstage with Jordan Grace and VXT, the new Knockouts tag champs, interrupt her, and they're all, oh, you won, oh yay, and then they're just razzing her, and then coming to Jordan Grace's defense, we're kind of wondering what was going to be the relationship, but it seems pretty good because Mia Yim shows up to her defense, so it looks like they're going to go against them next week. Jordan Grace and Mia Yim versus VXT, Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green.
I am the f***ing greatest.
All right, sit down. All right. So, next,
I was going to
What's
say,
that, Trey?
J-Bone. Deonna Purrazzo.
What?
Deonna Purrazzo in person is absolutely stunning. I got to say.
she's great. She's great. The line went from here to Timbuktu for her autograph signing. Poor Laredo kid next to her was like, "Hey, anybody for me?"
Out of a bit.
Right. So,
Hey. All right, go ahead.
That's a great pick there, Bill. We got X Division title on the line. Speedball Mike Bailey defending again. Man, this guy is just killing it lately against Chris Bey from the Bullet Club.
Dude, Speedball needs better music, man. Speedball's music does.
I thought we were friends.
Nice timing. It doesn't match. I agree.
It's
It's
too,
good though. It's cool music, but
It reminds me of Laser Tag. Remember
Ooh.
Laser Tag?
Invented here in Houston, Texas, as Photon. Yes, I do.
Oh, I don't know about what?
Yeah, laser tag. Invented in
fun.
Texas. Yeah, it's the shizzle for Rizzle.
Yeah, but you still laser tag every weekend, don't you?
No.
Adult laser tag league.
I'm
Co-ed or
too
comments?
old to run around, dodging lasers. I'd rather just watch Star Wars in my palatial estate. Thank you very much.
So this was a fantastic match.
Please discuss.
Always love to see Chris Bey in the ring. And Speedball Mike Bailey is unfuckwithable. I said it in the chat earlier. This guy's really on a roll. Wow.
There are no more words for Mike Bailey.
It just gets one of those things. And then you get these two in the ring, and they worked a really solid match, played off each other really well. Obviously, Mike got the win, but geez, I do want to see more Chris Bey wins, though.
It seems like it's been a while since Bey was able to string any wins together. So I agree. He's looked not weak. He's fucking awesome in the ring.
Right.
He hasn't been getting any wins. And I kind of assumed he wasn't going to get one against Bailey. We've completely run out of adjectives for Mike Bailey. Dude, I don't even know what to say about Mike Bailey anymore. I really fucking don't. He doesn't deliver a bad match. This was another fucking great one. Yeah, that's what I got.
Only one thing to say.
I love this match!
Yeah, match of the night. This was match of the night for me.
Oh yeah, Mike Bailey always putting them out, and Chris Bey, no slouch at all, and he's been bringing it lately. Him and Ace, the new Bullet Club, they're definitely kicking it into gear here, and Mike Bailey definitely he's pretty much the story of this year for in-ring athletes in Impact Wrestling. So it's gonna be interesting to see where this X Division run goes with Mike Bailey. Who could possibly dethrone him? Does he do a cash in at some point? Do we get Bailey Alexander? We'll see. J-Bone, what'd you think?
I love this, especially seeing it live. It was a ton of fun, and it's he's on a roll, and every time we see him, he's doing something. I mean, yeah, he has some of his similar moves, like the kicks and then the kick to the head, the side kicks. He has some of those similar moves, but the guy is always pulling stuff out of his hat that's fresh, original, and you never know what he's going to do next.
Well, you want to pull it out of your hat, J-Bone.
In my ass.
I love how every single one of us has stuttered and lost our words while talking about Mike Bailey.
Dude, I gotta say, this match was fucking, like, people were bananas about this match. Like, I actually had lunch with Kevin Martin, or dinner with Kevin Martin yesterday, and he told me about, like, the crowd.
Trent had to come in big time us real quick.
No, well, I was in Nashville. Like, I hung out with K Martin, our buddy, friend of the show, and he told me, he's like, we listened to you guys, especially on the show, everybody talking about miking the crowd, and they've heard that, and they've been doing it, and it has been better. But even with it, like, Jay and Bill were there, like, dude, the crowd was fucking ripping for this match. Like, this was nuts.
The pace was breakneck.
Yeah, it was some wild shit. So, like, that crowd was really into this shit, man. I hope it came through on TV.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, the crowd was hot.
Yeah, it was a good fucking crowd.
Yeah, the Chicago crowd and that arena or stadium or whatever in general, I really like. It's got such an old school wrestling feel. Big fan of the venue.
It's a real beat up old venue, but it's like super classic for wrestling.
It's a perfect setup. I really like it a lot.
This community absolutely turned out for this. I know a lot of us were kind of like, "Ooh, what are the bleachers going to be like?" The floor was packed for night one, a little less night two, but man, the walk up crowd was amazing.
Yeah, they did a good job, man. Crowd was fun. I mean, it was even bigger for Emergence, if you guys can imagine that. Like the crowd. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, honestly, they drew pretty well from night to night. Maybe a couple hundred less for taping. So
not much of a
not much of a difference, really. Like this is factual. I got it from Kevin and I talked last night. It was very, very little difference ticket wise between the two nights. They did a good job. Did a really good job.
Right.
Yes.
Kevin Martin said about 1,300, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he came on. He was in the chat, and I think they set it up. He said for 1,300, and they pretty much filled out that close to that 1,300, and they lost like 200 is what I heard from night two, and that was before any walk-ups for the second night. So it's a little less, but that was kind of in anticipated sales.
Yeah. They did a good job, man. I got to give it to them. The layout was good. The seating was good.
Websites that give you ticket, they don't include GA, so really they're pointless. So don't even bother looking at them. FYI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just say like the 400 floor seats, and then they ignore GA, and then every dirt sheet runs with those and like Impact's only selling 400 seats.
Yeah, no, they did pretty good. That was definitely, it was in the 1,000, so it had 1,000. So good stuff, man. I mean, for Chicago, which is a city that's really been like burned down in wrestling a lot, for them to still to hit 1,000, I think is motivating for them to come back at some point and do that again. So
yeah, I'm sure we'll be back at some point next year.
You got to remember though, there was a lot of old TNA fans in Chicago, like BFG 08 was the first time they came. I mean, that was the first. I mean, that wasn't the first big. That was a really big Bound for Glory. I mean, they did Atlanta the year before, and Detroit the year before that, which were on the road Bound for Glories and stuff. But 08 was the Sting main event, and it was like they had the Sears Center Stadium. Like we're all in and all that stuff happening. That's where BFG 08 was. So for anybody like who loses the context of like how big the company was at that point, they ran that stadium, and there's a lot of TNA fans from that era, man, who like miss TNA era. Like, I mean, this is Impact, but they miss this brand a lot. So when it comes out, they come out for it. There's no doubt about it. So like, I think they got to make it part of the loop. Like they got Louisville, they got What else is on the loop, Bill? You would know more than that. Florida, Louisville, Nashville,
Florida, Vegas, Nashville.
Vegas. Yep. I think you add the Midwest into it, you got to put Chicago on. I think you could even go to Milwaukee and still get that same crowd too. You know, go to Milwaukee. They should go back to Detroit. Detroit's got no fucking wrestling. It's got, the Indies in Detroit are weak. I think they got to go to Detroit. So
I look at it like this: if you live in Milwaukee area, you know what they're building downtown. It's not put them in the Fiserv Forum. No, they're not going to go in the Fiserv Forum. They're not even going to go to the Mecca. They're still growing. You could pack in 1,000 between. We'll just round up for the sake of being generous and say between 1,000 to 2,000 seats. They're building other smaller venues downtown right off the lakefront that is going to be for smaller concert venues or smaller sporting events, like say maybe like a MMA, boxing, whatever, what have you. And it's going to be perfect for smaller brands like independent wrestling to get them into these towns, because Milwaukee's a rich history in wrestling world. So it'd be great to see that happen within the next couple of years. It's not going to happen.
They can run Turner Hall. They can run Turner Hall where NXT ran, AAW ran Turner Hall, and NXT ran there, Ring of Honor ran there. We drew 525 at Turner Hall for AAW. So there's no question that Impact could double that with their TV power and their brand, obviously. So I think that's doable. I mean, there's no reason not to, man.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, you got that place. I mean, you even got a place like the Eagles Ballroom, which I'm kind of surprised they don't have more sporting events. It's just concerts and stuff. But, ECW was there decades ago. But whatever. Yeah. We can move on.
Yeah. For those of us not interested in Midwest wrestling venues from the 90s, can we proceed with
hold on a second here.
Sorry,
Trent, let the scumbag speak for a second. Trent, you're very knowledgeable on this topic. Do you think I'm wrong here? Hold on a second.
Yes.
I think that Impact made a mistake going to Albany and not New York City. They could have went to the Manhattan Center. They could have gone to Terminal 5. They could have gone to the Melrose Ballroom. I feel like Albany is just so far out of the way. I mean, not just for me, but it's not prime real estate. Let's be honest.
No, it's a weird one, man. I'm really shocked they did Albany, because to me, like Bound for Glory, Albany just sounds like like what?
They're not going to get the same New York crowd that they would normally get going to Albany. It's 3 hours away for me.
Yeah, Syracuse would have been better. It's a college town.
I'm from Syracuse. That's why I'm popping it. Okay. Born and raised.
Is it like a wrestling politics thing that you can't do certain things in the New York City proper, but you can get away with more outside of New York City? Is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a strict code in New York City. Yeah. No blood.
It is true.
There you go. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
I don't think
that has to do with it at all.
On the flip side, though,
it shows in New York City, so right?
I think they might be a little skeptical. GCW lost their freaking ass on that Hammerstein show they tried to do. And
did they really? That thing was fucking packed.
Yeah, but dude, they weren't ready to. Like the money covered the expense, not totally though. The money was to cover the expense. I mean, they had a lot of expense to run that. Is not easy, man.
Yeah.
Like they're an indie, they run fucking very low budget shit. Like they don't have the money to cover. That's a union building. There's a state athletic commission to pay. They went over time. You needed more cameras. I mean, it was a fucking disaster for them.
I'd like to see Impact in Atlantic City.
Yes, that I'd be interested in seeing.
Ace Austin's, I don't know if it's his home state or whatever, but hometown. But
why not though?
He's announced from there.
Good. Why not, man? Try some different markets. Albany just ain't it for me. I'm very puzzled by it.
And on the flip side, Trent, I was talking to Bill about this earlier, and I brought it up on the show. I don't think a Friday night pay-per-view is a good move. Now, for me personally, I got to work on Friday. I was excited. I was expecting Saturday or Sunday. A Friday night pay-per-view, I don't think that's good. I think they shot themselves in the foot with this decision. A Friday night in Albany, they could have done way better.
I don't know. I could see a Saturday, but I was with Kevin when you texted him that too. And you're like,
you were? I texted him that yesterday.
Yeah. I was walking with him. We were boot shopping. I'm not fucking
boot shopping.
I was looking for boots. And he was like, he was like fucking he's like, nobody fucking here wears boots, man. Like he's like some tourist shit. And I'm like, no, you're gonna go boot shop with me, Kevin. I'm gonna make you, my Asian cowboy buddy, fucking wear boots with me. Like
you went shopping for cowboy boots?
Yeah, it was awesome. We didn't get any though.
I feel like that's code word for something else.
No, it's cowboy
boot shopping.
New boot scooting.
Boot scoot boogie, man. No, but
boot scooting boogie.
It's a great song. But like, I don't mind a weekend pay-per-view because like you're off the next day. You can hang out afterwards. But Bound for Glory, I feel should have been done on a Saturday because you could do festivities Friday, like autograph signings during the day. You know, like at night, the Hall of Fame thing. You could have done more shit if it's Friday festivities, Saturday show, instead of like we're one and done on Friday. See you later. Like that's kind of that.
Yeah, and you know, I gotta remember, and Mayor brings it up here. Remember, originally Tom Hannafin announced Saturday, but obviously there's another pay-per-view in wrestling that night, so that could maybe that was the plan, even though they've been doing the plus specials and TV Friday, Saturday, as opposed to the issues because they were doing Sundays, but also Sunday, like two of those Sundays were holidays and stuff like that. So there could be other factors why Sundays, but you have the same issue that we talked about earlier, Kyle. People work on Mondays if you have a Sunday show. So if you do a Sunday show, you almost got to do it earlier. You got to do it like,
but it's tradition at that point. You know what to expect. It's the Sunday night pay-per-view. It's tradition.
It is, but I think companies are getting away from the Sunday night.
No, definitely. Saturday is the new Sunday when it comes to wrestling for sure. But Friday doesn't work for me.
That don't work for me, brother.
Don't work for me, brother.
Let's say
work around the scumbag schedule.
That's right.
Speaking of tradition, maybe this will cheer you up a little, KL. I found I was going through some stuff the other day. You know, we're moving soon, so I found some old pictures. Found a great little picture of little KL and Papa Bone here. I just want to share with everybody.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. Oh, wow. That's a Zach Bonifer fucking original right there. I can tell by how terrible he did it.
What are you talking about? This was professionally done when you were like 5 years old, you little shit.
I'm hung like a peanut compared to that guy.
Double-faced peanut.
See, Trent, this is the Bullet Club, Trent. This is the Peanut Club, you know?
Hey, Peanut. For life.
Peanut Club. But,
thank you, Zach. We love you.
Let's get back on track here. I know that I missed the Speedball and Bay talk. Let me just throw in match of the night for me. Speedball is fucking amazing. I was marking out for him in our chat and on the Discord. Speedball is in a league of his own. There's nobody touching him. He is miles ahead of all of his peers. Now, Chris Bey is no slouch, very good, but Speedball's on a fucking streak lately.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Barefoot too, man. I don't know how he fucking does that.
He's fucking magic.
It compliments Chris Bey as well. Honestly.
Yeah, Chris Bey looked great in this match.
Oh, he's amazing.
Always.
He's amazing.
Yeah, Bey's fucking awesome too.
He is.
But man, Speedball is just on another fucking
Man, that's Speedball though.
Have you guys heard of Speedball Mike Bailey? This dude is fucking awesome. Let me tell you guys about this fucking Speedball.
I don't think we talked about him much. All right, but we're gonna leave that alone. All right, so he gets the win
Steelz,
here.
Really?
That's what happens when half
You're
of
here
us
every
show
week. You're here every week. You know better.
Dude,
You
no,
know
you've been here
better.
from like day one. Are you really asking?
I know that's like I was supposed to go to a concert tonight, and in our group chat, I was like, if you guys are still on when I get back, I'll hop in. And everybody was like, bah, of course we're still gonna fucking be on.
Like, what did you just start last week? You fuck? Are you still on?
It does need new music running. It does. We need new music. Trent was supposed to do.
I fucking hate the. You know what? The original intro was so much better. You had Impact Stars putting us over. You had Trent shredding the guitar. It was fucking mayhem. You had Russo.
You still have a copy of it, Kyle?
Of course I do. But now the video I love in the current intro. It's not new anymore. But that fucking that doesn't match our show at all. That sounds like some fucking cowboy shit.
I'll tell you what. The best thing about the old one was because it was like all the stars, the roster putting us over.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
When Russo came on, he's like, "What the fuck? I'm sitting here for 15 minutes of people putting you guys over. What the fuck is this?" He's like, "Jesus Christ, bro! I gotta sit here 15 minutes of 1,001 people putting you guys over. What the hell is this shit?" And he was hilarious.
I gotta say it now. When you look at the history of this fucking just abomination of a podcast thus far,
is that what this is?
Russo and Johnny Bravo. Even though I hate him, two best interviews we've ever had. Two greatest guests, Russo and Bravo.
I don't think you pick.
Ultimate. Yeah.
Russo,
I want to know
Russo
in the chat.
started using StreamYard after he appeared on our show. That's what he does exclusively now. He started using it after he came on our show. He's like, "What are all these bells and whistles you guys got here with the scrolling and the names and the graphics and this and that?"
Yeah, he wanted to talk turkey afterwards.
We talked turkey.
Oh, very nice. Okay, all right. A little too much information for me, but that's okay.
We talked turkey and became turkeys.
And Bravo, fucking Bravo.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Crush. So
Willie's my vote too. Willie was fantastic.
Let's get Bravo back on.
I'm conflicted. I fucking hate the guy. You know, me and him have issues, but he creamed all you guys, so that's where I have a little bit of respect for him. But it was a great
hung us out to dry, man.
All right, J-Bone, set up this main event and let Bell's boy go to bed.
Oh, we also talked about Kyle's favorite boy, Brian Myers, backstage.
Brian Myers.
With Bender, boy. Bender was hot. He was fucking mad.
Dude, not happy.
Grabbed Myers by his fucking tights or whatever the fuck his jacket. And he was like, "Listen, bro, this shit ain't fucking over, man." Bhupender's gonna destroy.
And let's remember what the Iceman said. 2023, Bhupinder is gonna be big.
He's already big. That dude's a fucking star, man. I've been saying that.
He stands out, man.
He does. He has that star quality, man. He's gonna be big.
It's getting there. It's a slow storytelling. It's the slow rise of Bhupinder, and it's fun. It's fun. You know, people are like, "Oh, he's got to do this. He's got to do that." I preach patience all the time. It's just let him get those unique accomplishments on his own. Right now, Brian Myers is working with him. And no matter what you think of Brian Myers from his past, current, whatever, it's one of the best guys to be working with a guy like Bhupinder right now. He's a veteran. Love him or hate him, he's going to do right by Bhupinder. So
love him or love him, Brian Myers is the man.
That's your boy, man. Strong Island's own. No, I got to meet Bhupinder. I got to meet him after the show on Saturday.
And he's your cousin. What do you mean you got to meet him? You know him your whole life. He's your cousin.
We connected. We were able to connect it in 3 degrees right away. It was awesome. But I got to meet the guy finally. Great dude. He's a real nice guy. He's a real nice guy. He's super, super cool dude. He's a fan of the show also. He told me, because we recognized. He's like, "Oh, aren't you on the podcast?" And he's like, I'm like, "Yeah." So and then I said, "Yeah." He says, I thought I saw the other guys in the front row too. And I was like, "Yeah, it was them." So he listens to the show. So hello, Bhupinder.
Big time Trent. Oh yeah, they're in the front row, not me. I'm here in the back.
I'm backstage.
Good for you.
GA crew.
I'm backstage shining Bravo shoes. Don't worry, it wasn't anything fancy, man.
Yeah.
Carrying cables.
That works.
Settle
your
down.
dues.
Settle down, KL, you little peanut. All right. Main event.
Real quick. I like Bonus Baby's comment. It was fucking badass when he caught Myers' fist.
Yeah.
That was just like a moment, dude. I really like that a lot. Yeah.
Chills, bro.
I missed that, so thank you for bringing that up. Cool. All right, so number one contenders match. Who is gonna face Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory? I know we got Victory Road coming up soon, but we're just jumping over that. We're going straight to Bound for Glory. 6-way match.
Long build.
What?
Long build.
Long build. Yes. Eddie Edwards, Sami Callihan, Maclin, Moose, Bandido. Oh my God, this crowd with Bandido. They love it. And
Rover.
And Rich Swann.
You gotta also remember Bandido. He was in AEW a lot, so Chicago's pretty familiar with him. Like we used him quite a bit. And then Ring of Honor used to come here with him during his title time too. So he's had a lot of Chicago love, man.
MLW. He's been there with everybody.
Yeah,
he's over.
He's been around Chicago a lot, so like he's got a lot of fans here.
I know the fans are hoping that Bandido and Rey Horus stick around. Trent, can you give us any word? Was anybody saying anything? Like, are they sticking around, or was this like a special attraction thing, like they kind of said from AAA in and out? What do you think?
I've heard a rumor. This is not Iceman intel. This is different, but I heard a rumor that they are interested in signing a couple of luchadors, and that might be this might have this whole taping block might have represented a couple of guys they're looking at. So just believe it at that.
That's amazing because Bandido is a former world champion in Ring of Honor. Horus has been in Ring of Honor and Lucha Underground. And we saw both just absolutely tear the house down, blow the roof off the place. Big fans of both. And they tore it up at Emergence too. So if you like what you saw, then hey.
Isn't it nice to watch a company that got all the great talent from Ring of Honor? I don't know where else he would have gone, but Impact Wrestling must have been the only choice.
And they just let him lucha too. I like that it was lucha rules, and they just let him fucking go.
Right,
hell yeah!
Right. And by the way, Mayor, I've seen his name pronounced several times, especially back in Lucha Underground and Ring of Honor, and they all said Horus.
So bam, shots fired.
I can't roll. I'm not sexy enough to roll my cars and stuff, you know.
Coming soon to the Patreon, Rosetta Bone. That's right. Spanish with J Bone. Coming
so
soon.
remember the famous story I tell about picking up all those guys at the airport where like Matt Riddle got offered heroin in the car? Yeah. Rey Horus was in the car too. Rey Horus was a part of that ride.
I remember you mentioning. That's funny.
Yeah. It was Josh Alexander, Matt Riddle, Rey Horus, and Phoenix, and that was that in my car.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of big dudes, man, in one fucking sedan. Like, it's not comfortable.
Trent's comfortable amongst sedans of big sweaty dudes. It's all good.
That was great. I had
another day at the office.
Snug.
Yeah,
my closest was a rental car with James Storm, Trevor Lee, and Bram.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 7-Eleven back.
Sorry about your damn luck. James Storm, by the way, James Storm during the week now is like a monster real estate agent in like Tennessee now. Did you guys know that?
Really?
Dude, he like his wife did it, and I think she probably was like, "Hey, listen, why don't you just jump in with me and do this during the week between like wrestling and acting gigs you're doing? He's acting now." And apparently, like, it's taken off like fucking wildfire now.
Good for him.
Dude, like, he's charming as fuck. Why not, right? I'd buy a house with James Storm. Shit. I thought that was awesome.
I'm sold.
All right.
Well, here's the gunshot of the night right here. It says this review has been a slow build like J-Bone combing through a menu at a Mexican restaurant. Sorry, J-Bone. Thanks, Bill.
Hey, you know, the foreplay is the most important part of the performance, especially when you're rocking a peanut.
If anyone missed the J-Bone Mexican restaurant story from Monday, You need to watch that
It's on the.
one. It's on the Emergence.
Don't kill me again.
I clipped a bit of it too.
Yeah, you gotta go back and watch the Monday Emergence review. It was fantastic.
I just
There's
love.
Melvin of the week. There's
All we
stories.
do
it's
is
all in
putting
there.
over a Monday show. That's
I
all
can
we
just
do.
picture J-Bone's face in front of me when he got asked if he wanted cilantro, onions, and lime, and the look of confusion of, I don't know what she just said. I'm gonna stare
What's
at
an
my menu
onion?
for-
What's the line?
What's
What's a
cilantro?
cilantro?
What the fuck? What do I say right now?
It cut me some slack. I'm an old, bald, fat white guy. I couldn't understand her accent.
Can I get a taco?
The thing was, he didn't want to be mean and ask her, like, excuse me, what was that? Or what did you say? It was, I'll look at the menu in a panic fashion to see if anyone bails me out here. And he didn't even look at me or Brian or Skull. He just looked at his menu and did that whole like, maybe I could find the answer to her question in the menu.
Hamburguesa. Hamburguesa.
It was the longest 10 seconds of J-Bone's life. Like, what do I say? Until I had to jump in and say, do you want cilantro, onions, and lime? Oh, no. It's plain as day. It's plain as day. Don't even put salt on it.
Melvin.
Go ahead. Yeah, Melvin.
Melvin.
Go ahead.
That was Melvin in the restaurant. You know, it's like they were
Oh,
trying to close, and I'm still holding the fucking menu. All right,
Let's wrap this up, you fucking
Wrap it
Melvins.
up. Speak on the main event a little bit again, and then wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards is the new contender, like I mentioned earlier in the news, because it's very important news. We know what the Bound for Glory main event is. What do you guys think of this six-way?
Oh. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Wait, my bad.
We're trying to keep on track, and you're.
I want our loyalists to go back and clip as many clips of Sami Callihan wearing a Hemi hat and tweet it out. And I want to see it. I want to see all the shots.
Yeah. Fuel up Trent's ego. Why don't you?
Yeah, please do. I need it. I got very little else, man. I got you.
Yeah, times are tough.
But go ahead. I know I'm not the big. I love Eddie. I just think you could have made somebody else on Josh.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I don't think Eddie
storyline. All year.
I get it. I know it's
I
got
get
a little
it.
more storyline, but you could have done it at Victory Road and called it a day.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Let me just build really quickly off that. You could have, but I get that it's like 20 years. Eddie's company guy. Honor No More is like the big arc for all these people, but you should have made Honor No More look stronger for the last several months then, though, in order to sell me Eddie as the challenger to Josh. Otherwise, it should have done.
That's why he's the number one contender now.
Again, no hatred for Eddie, but hear me out. Allow me to indulge for a moment. We have a two-month build till Bound for Glory. A lot can happen in that time. Eddie Edwards is, not on best terms with Perfect Creation 1. And Eddie might need to watch his mouth because it's possible that PCO could get fucking fed up with Eddie Edwards, pound him into fucking mullet, and then or millet or whatever the fuck word I'm looking for.
Mullet.
Yeah, that too. And then we get fucking Josh versus PCO at BFG. No disrespect to Eddie Edwards, but PCO, baby, that's my horse in this race. Let's get PCO to BFG. All right. That's it for me.
Interesting twist. Take it, Alicia.
I didn't really prepare anything to add to this.
So
you want PCO as well. Thank you, Alicia.
No, actually, because we talked about this Monday or last week. That is not a decision I would personally make. While I like PCO, I'm just not into that. No peer pressure.
Boo her! Boo her!
I don't know, man. I'm sticking to my conspiracy theory that PCO is heading towards Heath's friendly arms for care.
Oh man! All right. I don't know.
Like everybody here stated, though, storyline wise, this is what they've been building towards. Eddie is the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. He's without a doubt, when you think of who the biggest impact guy is on the roster currently, it's got to be Eddie Edwards. He's been there consistently since what, 2015, 2013, 2014, around then. He's never left.
2012, man.
2012, exactly, 2012.
Yeah.
And they've been building towards this, and it makes sense in storyline wise. But for some reason, it comes off kind of underwhelming. It's just, I don't know. Eddie versus Josh, that's the main event we're getting at Bound for Glory. It's just something about that is underwhelming. So my theory is something else is going to happen. This is going to become a three-way. The question is, how are they going to get there? How is it going to happen? I don't see Josh and Eddie being that's it at Bound for Glory. I don't see it. I do not see it.
If I can add one small thing before you take it, Jay. I think the reason it's underwhelming is because we've already taken the ride with Eddie. Like, we've already been there when Eddie's gotten to that title.
We did it already.
We did it. We've taken the ride with them, and it's like the I don't know more thing. Yes, like I love it. I've grown to love it even more. But we've taken the ride with them. It's like the thrill of Eddie getting to it is not as big as it would be if it was somebody new. That's how I see it. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with this, and just feeling the crowd. Honestly, I was hoping for Bandido, because they were all about the lucha libre. Chicago wanted it. Anything that Impact gave them, lucha libre wise, Horus, Taurus, anything, they wanted it. And Bandido, man, he brought it. I mean, everyone brought it. It was an amazing 6-way. Lots of chaos, lots of little side rivalries you could see in there. Moose, Maclin, Sami, all that stuff. So all that stuff is still going. So in a sense, as much as you may not want it, it makes sense for Eddie because he's one of the biggest, baddest heels running Honor No More. Honor No More is on the rise. They're getting those important wins. They're still around. So.
Okay. Wrap it up, Bill.
Well, I thought it went the right way. Kudos once again to Rich Swann, who in any type of elimination multi-man match like the infamous Gauntlet years ago in Canada, he always is a show stealer in these. He can just go the whole way, and he was great. But Eddie Edwards, main eventing Bound for Glory. I'm all in. Honor No More storyline. I know, Kyle, you said underwhelmed. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more over the next 2 months here to really build this up.
Gotta be.
And I have a feeling you're going to see something major happen at Bound for Glory. I'm not going to say Team Canada, but I'm going to say Team Canada. And
what is your fucking obsession, man? It was 15 years ago. Let it go.
How about the not happens often, but when it happens in wrestling, it's huge. The double turn.
Oh.
Josh heel, Eddie back to face.
I can see it happening.
Well, the fans want Honor No More to stick around. They are especially excited for the OGK possibly taking those titles from the Good Brothers. And so we'll see what happens. Damn it. That Trent just dropped out. I had this. I wanted to share it. Well, I'll share it with them later. I got the
Mark's battery died.
Yeah, Mark's battery died. Here's a picture of Sami Callihan with the hat on.
And we can't see the Hemi logo at all. There's like horrible picture choice, Jay. Terrible.
Well,
you tried. You're like the Bad News Bears, You tried.
This is as good as it got. I picked the most clearest one. I was doing
there was better.
Yeah. So what?
Oh, Mark's laptop died. R.I.P. Mark. He was
all
a
right.
good man.
So
it was a good laptop.
Now, but you know what though? In that conversation, I can picture the hostile takeover. I see OGK, the Kingdom, holding up tag belts, and I see Eddie holding the World Championship. I do see that. That does make sense. But I just can't help but think Josh versus Eddie. That's our main event. It's underwhelming to me. Something else. Now, is Alex Shelley fully out of the picture? Do we say that? Nothing else for him.
It seems it because we saw the backstage segment, the time
to the
machine,
front of the line.
The time machine. So it seems like, at least right now, it looks like he's going in a different direction.
Okay, all right. But we have like 2 months to build for it. That is.
Yeah, we have Victory Road to build towards. Who knows what we're going to get? So stories. 2 months. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
But what a show tonight, everybody!
Yeah.
What a show! Great fallout from Emergence. The build, the Victory Road, and Bound for Glory, which goes on sale in 9 hours from now.
Now, Bill, let me ask you: do you like order tickets right then, right as soon as the clock strikes? You got to make sure you get that front row seat.
Can't miss it.
All right. Did they give you any sort of discount after consistently buying front row seats for so long? Have you ever tried to count how many Impact shows you've been to? Do you have a number? Because I've been seeing you on shows for a very long time.
No, I have not. No, that's way back when it was like, oh, yeah, I've been to this. But then, like, when you start doing the tapings when they were in Florida and stuff, and then some of the ones, like, you might have a matinee, and then you have multiple. Like you're going to a show, but they're taping multiple episodes. It gets lost. I have no clue anymore.
Okay. And do you keep your ticket stubs or anything like that? There's no way for us to count this?
Well, they're probably in my emails, all of them, because most of those, like, there's not actually stubs. There's probably only a handful of actual stubs to shows. But they're all over the place in my email.
Yes. Backdoorbill@yahoo.com. Send him a dick pic. Send him a dick pic. All right, folks, let's wrap it up. This show has gone far too long. We're almost at 3 hours. Thank you, George the Iceman. Fucking fantastic. Him dropping by, giving us some Iceman intel, of course. Buy your tickets. The Destiny Wrestling Summer Heat, Sunday, August 21st. Tickets are available now. Go meet Kurt Angle. Well worth the money. It's a fucking legend right there. Impact legend.
Bill,
Bill,
are you going?
I may. I got the invitation from the Iceman, and I may take him up. It's 7 hours. We'll see if I get a good night's sleep tomorrow. So I will admit I do have a show booked for Saturday out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
A baseball stadium show headlined by the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam action. 80 Forbes will be there. Hey! So she'll be there as well. And a former
whole lot of booty.
And a former very controversial Impact wrestler, that Alberto El Patron, will be on the card. I think actually Santino is probably gonna. If I go to Destiny on Sunday, I'm gonna be on the same loop as Santino because I believe he'll be there Saturday at this show I'm going to.
Oof.
So will be interesting to see.
Look, and I like Alberto El Patron. He's brought a lot of positive, but he's had some controversy over the last 5 years or so. So I'm not gonna.
I know they like dismiss charges, but you know how that happens. But yeah, it's wrestling. Honestly, there's always other chances as long as you're not totally like in the clink. You're going to get chances in wrestling. But it's wrestling. I always look at it. If someone's booked on a show and there's something worthwhile to see, I'll go see it. So
there you go.
I'm sure it'll be a good show, and hopefully, like I said, for 7 hours. I look at that. That was a little less. It would be a little more than half the trip that I just took. So I could probably do that. So we'll see. If you're there, you might see me on Sunday. Not a guarantee yet, but it's 50-50 right now, probably.
All right, J-Bone, take us home. Let's get out of here. Let these people go to bed.
All right. Much love, everyone. Thank you for all the bits and the super chats and stickers and whatever you did. even if you smash that like button and smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of our content hits your screen.
Melvin.
What?
I keep hearing Melvin, and that reminds me, Kyle.
No, Bill. We did it on Monday. It's Melvin of the week. We're still in the same week. Not
So let's just reiterate who the Melvin of the week is.
Melvin of the week is J-Bone, and at this rate, it's going to be J-Bone every single week. But let's hope for the best here. You know,
thanks a lot.
Give him the
son.
benefit of the doubt.
Show that family picture again. All right. So all the links to connect with us is in the description. All the links for the audio is also in the description. So tune in every week. You won't be disappointed. Don't listen to this guy below me here. He's going to try to deter you away. Tell you we're the second or third worst wrestling podcast in the world. I digress. All right.
But number one in our hearts. Number one in our hearts and your hearts.
That's that too. Thank you very much. Good night. We'll see you soon.
Melvin's.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Good night.